My Lord, deliver me.
Deliver me from fornication, abortion, lustration, getting locked up in decision. I forget to mention, here's my decision. He can heal the nation.
Oh Lord,
teach me how to pray, teach me how to stay, teach me how to find my way, not decay. Teach me how to work, but not as a club.
But who don't serve my God, they are just. Deliver me, oh God, deliver me,
oh God.
My Lord, deliver me.
Deliver me.
Hey, deliver me, oh God, deliver me, oh God. My Lord, deliver me.
Deliver me. Believe in Him, and you will win. You need to find yourself and not sin. Yes, this is new. I now have a clue.
The best thing that happened in my life was you.
And I said yes, you are the best. No one else I really want to impress. Not even a girl in a tight short dress. And for me to even think that I was a mess.
Oh Lord, deliver me, oh God, deliver me, oh God. My God, deliver me.
Deliver me.
Hey, deliver me, oh God, deliver me, oh God. My God, deliver me.
Deliver me.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM every Friday from 9:15 a.m. to 9:30 a.m. with Kingdom Health Services, situated at number 91 Eastern Main Road in St. Augustine. For the program, Health and Healing, merging the old with the new with Brent Diet. For more information, call 318-7471 or 484-0141 or 360-4100. It's all about Kingdom Health Services on the Street 919 FM.
Hey! Hey! Get your vaccine!
Well. Since I was pitching marbles, the place was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in quarter worshiping most of the business. And this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
Police, good day. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I could buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arrowbita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 60 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Ronnie, do you have $488 to lend me?
Ikaro, I am Alatumishe Ifabamishe Aganki, better known as MC Duke, and every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. I host a show called Orisha, The Way of Life, right here on the Shit 919 FM, where I have guests passing through from the Orisha Ifa Baptist Diaspora to educate, edify, and inform you, the listening public, about Orisha Ifa practices. So remember to tune in every Monday between the hours of 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. for Orisha, The Way of Life.
Pastor Hannah A. Parbu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-5197.
He heals me when I'm broken. Strength where I've been weak. Forever he'll reign.
No distance can divide us, our hope is what connects us. Though challenges we face, we're still full of resilience. If we believe together, things are gonna get better. We're closer than we've ever been, we will rise up much stronger. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. 'Cause we've been down before, and we will rise once more. Just believe, just believe, just believe. Hope will lead the way. Tomorrow's a brighter day, so just believe.
Believe in the future. Believe in each other, and we will get there. Be mobile. Just believe.
Tune in to the Street 919 FM for Gospel in the Bone Ministry every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message. Hosea chapter 4 says, "Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel, for the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood." Remember, every Sunday from 7:05 a.m. to 8:55 a.m. for the program God's Last Warning Message with Gospel in the Bones Ministry, right here on the Street 919 FM.
The journey's almost
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Well, a pleasant good morning to each and everyone, and welcome to this edition of the Titans of Democracy right here on the street 919 FM. Let me thank the Heavenly Father for bringing me here safe, sound, and all together in one piece. A pleasant good morning going out to my entire family. Good morning to Mr. Dominic Romain and Ms. Sharon Felix and their entire family. Good morning to you, all our callers, all our listeners, all of our viewers online. For those of you that are locked on via whatever mechanism, it's always good to have you guys on the inside with us. Let me also say pleasant good morning going on to the management and staff of the street 919 FM. Good morning to Mr. Iwer George and his entire family. Today is Tuesday, the 17th of August, 2021. And we are about to get into the dailies for today. And after which Mr. Dominic Romain will be greeting you all. So, remember guys that we are locked on Facebook at the Street 909 FM's Facebook page, also on YouTube at Iwer TV, live broadcast on the Street 919 FM. So I'm going to get right into the papers. Headlines in the Express today: Chandler sent on leave. Griffith's legal advisor goes home pending investigation into incident on board a yacht. Rowley responds to low poll ratings. You have no idea. And time to shop. So let's get in on the inside and see what's taking place there. So, Chandler sent on leave. Head of the legal unit of the Trinidad and Tobago Police Service, Christian Chandler, has been sent on leave pending the outcome of an investigation into an incident. Hold on, let me see. Into an incident on his yacht. Okay. All right. Rowley's response to low poll ratings. You have no idea. Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley is defending his administration in response to the Nigel Henry poll, which found that a significant portion of the population is... Hold on. Yes. Is dissatisfied with the direction the country was taking since the People's National Movement, PNM, assumed power a year ago for a second term. Booster shot for health, education, police. Okay. Government's handling of the COVID-19 pandemic has lost points, but confidence in health institutions has strengthened, with the record-breaking 36% now viewing, now viewing the sector differently, the highest rating in over a decade. Vaccines for children from Wednesday. Okay. A mass vaccination site has been closed by the floods. Shot during birthday celebration. An argument led to the shooting of a 30-year-old laborer in Faizabad on Sunday. Papayo. Cop killed in Cedros crash. Dad killed, well, that was yesterday. So those are the stories making way in the Express. Over to the Newsday. Imbert, over $5 billion spent on COVID. High customer turnout at Gulf City Mall. 8 more deaths, 89 new COVID-19 cases. Well, we in double digits. Steady pedestrian traffic, but slow business in Chaguanas. Tourism Minister welcomes Indar Singh's tardy call for vaccination. Okay. Sawa man charged for 2018 murder. The Alsing Delta variant could overwhelm Trinidad and Tobago health system. Equal Opportunity Commission, Vera Bajan's lawsuit, nothing to do with us. I'm sure I pronounced your name wrong again. Fund set up for Rookery Nook fire survivors. Prisons commissioner discharged from hospital after shooting self in leg. Olympian Tyra Gittins gets engaged. Oh, okay. I saw that video in true. Tunapuna man sent on trial for 2010 murder. Attorneys claim 4.6 million in fees struck out by appeal court. Landslide, street flooding in north, but no major incidents. Gyal Singh, no child must die from COVID-19. MPC Caribbean Clean Energy reports US $40 million loss. Penal Power Gen COVID-19 vaccination site opens late owing to floods. Shoppers flock to San Fernando as retail sectors reopen. Heritage lease operator responsible for oil spill affecting Palaseco and Erin. And those are the stories making way in the Newsday. So as we head directly over to The Guardian, $5 billion COVID relief is the headline on The Guardian. And that would have been coming on the heels of the story from the Newsday. Okay. Retail sector reopens, but Doma remains wary. Customers, sellers relieved as most stores reopen in downtown Port of Spain. PM, let's get children back to school. Family from Marval Fire gets HDC home. Oh, that's very nice. Gaynor Dick Ford appointed acting deputy principal of UE. Congratulations to you, my dear. Kamla TNT, a collapsed economy with over 120,000 jobless. Trial against man charged with guard's murder adjourned. Minister, volunteers needed for more vaccination sites. Assessment ongoing on Sign Village landslip. Tornado hits Los Cerros. Business booms at Trin City Mall. Tobago shopping areas like ghost towns. RHA stakeholders meet yesterday on lactating women vaccination. Okay. CARICOM concerned over vaccine hesitancy. So these are the stories making way in the Guardian, the Express, and the Newsday at this time. So, Mr. Dominic Romain.
Yes, sir.
Good morning to you, my friend, and how are you this morning?
Good morning. See, I'm looking for something here. Nothing is fine. Anyway. Like you're saving a whole set of stuff, eh? Yes, sir. Right. So I was listening to some of your headlines there. In particular, the ones that are talking about the turnout yesterday at the different shopping centers. I would have experienced some of that myself. I must say that traffic yesterday, after months of not much traffic, I was not pleased. So that's the one side of the reopening that I could really do without. But half of the cost, yeah. So Bruce, I thought they said people suffering and they don't have money.
Yeah.
I went yesterday to Court's Mega Store, right?
Mm-hmm.
To look for I need to get a bookshelf. So I went there 1:20, and I couldn't get a park in Court's Mega Store. Every car park space from the gate go right down to the back where they have the Kia motor vehicles stored there. Yeah, so you had a double park and wait for a space. And then I see a long line of people standing up waiting to get inside. I say, I'm not going to stand up in the hot sun. Not today. I'll come back. 2 hours later, I come back at 3:30 on my way home. No lines of persons, but again, no park. And I go inside there, Bruce. Every single CSR in Mega Store was attending to somebody, and they have each of them had about 3 or 4 persons sitting down waiting to be attended to. People sit down on the bed, who sit down on the furniture waiting. I said, now maybe all these cars, some people probably going to pay their installments and so on. But I think courts have these kiosks now because they did away with cashiers a while now. So you go on. Nobody by the kiosk, so they didn't go to pay, right? These are all people who went to shop. I said, I thought people suffering and they have no money and think hard and the economy on the brink. I seen people coming out with television, 65-inch TV. And I say, I remember once upon a time when to buy these things, you would have had to take it out on credit. Now people just swipe in their card. Forget credit. Yeah, that's a thing of the past. But we suffering.
Yeah.
When I left there, because I didn't really see what I wanted, I went to Grand Bazaar by standards. And the same thing. Can't get a park. Right. Gone inside. People. And then I saw on Facebook pictures outside courts in San Fernando. Same thing. Drove down Frederick Street. Courts on Frederick Street. Same thing. The people suffering, right? We have no money.
We don't have no money, Dominic.
As what?
We don't have no money.
Oh, so everybody went to window shop yesterday?
Yeah. We were just trying to get information from the CSRs and they.
Oh, all right. Yeah, that had to be it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess the fact that courts had a 2-day sale yesterday and today had nothing to do with that either.
And in some places was happy hour. Yeah, some places had happy hour. All who could sell the little alcohol and thing had happy hour. $75
right.
$75 for a bottle of rum and them kind of things. So hey.
What? But I saw some reports on the news too where the media would have visited different malls and so on. So I heard you mention just now business booming at Twin City.
Yeah.
And then I saw a clip with Gulf City Mall where the manager of the mall would have said all 150 of their stores opened, right? And there were no permanent closures there. So I'm still trying to figure out where the 6,000 businesses that shut down, where they located, right? Because I saw
6,000
also too when they interviewed some of the store owners on Frederick Street, and a couple of them said, they were expecting a slow day, but it wasn't a slow day. People came in, people wanted to shop, who came to buy clothes and shoes, because these places were closed over the last couple of months. So, one guy said as soon as he opened the door, people waiting, walking in behind him. He didn't get it set up properly yet, So, yeah, we'll see how things turn out today.
I have to visit one of those stores.
Yeah.
Yes,
as do I. Yeah.
Tony and myself will be going to one of those stores because we need things.
Yeah.
What?
Well, I can't remember the last time that I've shopped for clothes and shoes and stuff in Trinidad. It's been years because I usually make my annual trip.
Yeah.
Travel twice a year and I buy my stuff. It's cheaper outside there and I get more value for my money. But of course 2 years not traveling, so and I'm not going to travel until maybe November or something because I'm just waiting for American Airlines to start back. resume flight. So it doesn't look like they're going to start until maybe mid to late October, November, thereabout. So, yeah. So, of course, in the meantime, I'm going to have to buy some stuff until, So.
I don't need some footwear.
Yeah, well, I guess, all the hampers, all the people who were lining up long lines for hampers and stuff, I don't know, Yeah, people really suffering. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'm happy for the store owners because, they could get some revenue one time.
True.
Yeah. And even some of the workers, you would have never think to hear 3 workers saying they're happy to be back out to work. I guess if you're not earning income for a while, yeah.
And I feel when everything will step up again when in-house dining and stuff like that resumes,
Yeah.
And then we don't want to talk about the forbidden word, the P word, the forbidden word. There are some folks that would say that it's all you're studying. It's all you're studying.
Yeah.
But hey, turn into the bone, what you gonna do? Yeah. Even if you're going
but I really hope the in-house dining
to go to church and make a joyful noise and all.
Yeah, but people doing the underground thing all the time, as we would have seen with what happened, what it was with the 51 people who were arrested in Valsine. I don't know, they say they're suffering from COVID fatigue and they fed up stay home and not having anywhere to go and whatnot. Meanwhile, around the globe, numbers continue to rise. In countries where the numbers were low for a very, very long time, Dominica. And so 2 days ago, Dominica, I think it was Sunday, 357 cases. Dominica was under 300 since the start of the pandemic. They are now approaching 1,000 cases.
Okay.
Grenada gets a couple, so I'm waiting to see all that jab that they was pelting in Grenada last week.
The jab?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All them videos that I was seeing, people cussing Keith Mitchell.
You would not believe when I saw one of those videos, I was like, what is this really going on here? Carnival? They get to a carnival and I realize what's going on. I say, oh, okay, all right, only do all the thing. Only have fun.
Yeah, and I tell people it's smart, eh? Yeah. You're protesting, but that protest is a Juve ban.
Yeah.
So,
big up all yourself, man.
I just hope that it doesn't result in an explosion of the numbers, because I think in the last week and a half, 2 weeks, they've gotten about 20-something new cases, and they were at 161 for a couple of months. Well, that was one of the few Caribbean countries that had extremely low numbers. And I see in Australia, whose borders have been closed for as long as ours were, and still closed, and they've indicated that they may not reopen until the middle of 2022. And when they made that announcement, their numbers, they were seeing like single digits and double digits at best on a daily basis. For the last week and more, Australia has been recording numbers of 400 and 500 plus a day. And as I said, their borders still closed, so I don't know if maybe the 700 Venezuelans who left Trinidad, somehow they took a detour and ended up in Australia. Instead of, they didn't come in here anymore.
You will get burned for that.
Well, I know it says because our borders porous and we allowing the Venezuelans to come in is why we have the rise in the numbers. So, this being here, when last year, you heard about Venezuelans coming in and the borders porous and the borders porous. So, like, they go to Australia now. Australia and the United States, they're not interested in us anymore. All that foolish talk. But Bruce, I continue to monitor what's happening in Afghanistan, right? And I would look at MSNBC and CNN.
Yeah.
Right? But I've decided with this whole Afghanistan thing, I'm going to look at some of the other media houses to try and get a better idea as to what it is that's really taking place. Because what I've come to realize is that the Western media, media propaganda is a hell of a thing, And this thing about journalistic integrity. So depending on who you watch, you get a different slant. So I would have looked at Fox News a little bit because I know they're just happy to beat up on Joe Biden, you know, and apparently it's affecting what's happening in Afghanistan is bothering Biden because I follow his page on Facebook and on Instagram. And yesterday he was just sending out posts one after the next every 20 minutes or so, which is not usual, right, for that type of activity. So clearly he's trying to convince the people that the decision to pull out and the way that he did it was the right thing. So some people are in his corner, some people are not. And I'm surprised to see Republicans beating up on Biden so much for following through on what was a Trump decision. Because remember, the Trump mantra was America first. And therefore, if you're following America first means pull out American troops and let the Afghan people fight their battle. So, but it's convenient now for them to beat up on Biden. But anyway. So I look at BBC, Al Jazeera, Telesu, and a few of the others, right? And a lot of what people feel is happening in Afghanistan, you know, American media to some extent like to be hysterical. So what would have taken place, right, is that in February of 2020, Trump would have negotiated with the head of the Taliban that the U.S. would be leaving Afghanistan, but they would have worked out some sort of a truce as the conditions under which the U.S. would be leaving, because the U.S. was aware as soon as they leave, the Taliban is going to try to reassert itself and retake control of the country. So they understood that. That was their biggest concern. And so the U.S. Secretary of State, Mike Pompeo, would have met with the head of the Taliban in February last year and work out whatever the truce is. But they didn't involve the Afghan government, so it was just U.S. government and the Taliban.
Yeah.
And the particulars of that agreement and that truce weren't really made public, even except to say that the U.S. was going to pull out by May 1st of this year. Trump, of course, then assuming that he was going to win the election again and he would have that say, right? But further details weren't really revealed. But of course, the people in Afghanistan see, well, okay, the U.S. Secretary of State is meeting with the head of the Taliban and they're not including the Afghan government. So the U.S. has been here for almost 20 years. They've invested over $1 trillion. They've trained an army, over 300,000 men. They've provided the country with weaponry and so on, and a variety of different things. They've built up infrastructure, established a democratic system of government and so on. So they're not just going to abandon us just so and leave us to the whims of the Taliban. So whatever agreement they worked out, we would assume that it's in the best interest of the Afghan people. So after that meeting, the Taliban now would have been going from province to province, negotiating with the local government in each province to let them know, well, look, we've come to an arrangement with the U.S., they would be leaving, and this is what they expect of us, and so on. And so over the last year and some, the Taliban has been taking control of certain provinces and so on. So it's not as if they took the whole country in the space of a week or overnight. This has been happening for more than a year. And for the past few months, you haven't been hearing about any killing and so on in any of the provinces that they've taken over, no complaints.
Yeah.
And what I find interesting is that the media is only focusing on Kabul and the capital and the airport, but they're not showing you what has been happening in the other provinces that the Taliban would have taken over the last few months, to interview people there to find out, well, how have things been under the Taliban since they retook power and so on, to get a better idea. Because you've seen on CNN where they've actually done interviews with a few Afghan nationals, and they're asking them, so how do you all feel about what is happening? And some of the people saying, well, we don't know, we want to wait and see. You know, we've heard the Taliban say that they are willing to make concessions and so on. They're encouraging people to continue, go about your life as normal. They're not attacking anybody. They're not behaving in any aggressive way. And in fact, the head of the Taliban has said that they are willing to incorporate members of the old government into this new government that they plan to form and so on. So they are being accommodating and whatnot. The only sticking point is their position with respect to women. And they said, well, before, women weren't allowed to work, they weren't allowed to drive and go to school and all of these things. So now they're saying, well, look, we will allow the women to continue to do these things. Our only insistence is that they would have to wear the hijab and the face mask and everything, and wear gloves, cover their hands. Yeah. So they're not willing to bend on that. They're very, very strict with that part of it, but they said the other things, they're willing to make concessions and allow them to continue. So it's left to be seen how that will unfold. Yeah. But last night I was looking at CNN, and there's Chris Cuomo, who comes on, I think, around 9 o'clock or some Cuomo prime time, and then he's followed by Don Lemon. And normally at the end of Cuomo's show, he would hand over to Lemon, so they will have a little banter, a little talk and stuff about the main issues, and right? And Chris Cuomo was making the point. He was saying that the Biden administration needs to fix this, and they need to rescue or to bring all of the Afghan allies, persons who would have helped the U.S. Army over the last 20 years. They need to bring them to safety, even if not in the United States or some third-party country. Otherwise, if you leave them there, that the Taliban is going to hunt them down like dogs. And Don Lemon's response was, well, we don't know that. You need to, let's just wait and see what is going to happen, right? Let's not make certain pronouncements based on just because it's the mass hysteria to feed that particular narrative, to create, there's pressure. And that's the thing I can't handle with the media. Give a fair and balanced view of the thing. Interview people. Give us a broader perspective rather than this myopic narrative. You focus on one particular area. So I saw last night a video going around. I don't know if you see it on Facebook, with a U.S. cargo plane that took off, and people were holding on to the wings of the plane or whatever, and 2 people fell off while the plane was in the air. I'll try and see if I find it. And they had that video on repeat, to try and look at how bad things are here. But the people in Afghanistan are depending on the media to give them an idea as to what is going on. Because it's not like they interacting with the Taliban to find out, well, what are you going to do? So if we only see in mass hysteria in the media, well, then we believe, well, things bad, and the people are reacting that way. So the media has to understand that they have a responsibility, give the people a fair and balanced view, and that could assist in reducing the level of mass hysteria. Because so far the Taliban is saying, well, who want to leave, all right, allow them to leave, no problem with that. And they're asking people not to loot. But of course we know what happened 1990 Trinidad and Tobago. Yassin Abubakar said there will be no looting, and there was looting. It's like people didn't hear there will be no. They didn't hear that part. All they heard was loot, and everybody went out and helped themselves. Right? So a lot of the damage that would have taken place in the 1990 coup didn't come from the Jamaat al-Muslimin, but people decided to take advantage of that opportunity. I remember my mother telling me a guy offered her five brand new VCRs for $20. She said that the police had come in my house.
You understand?
Yeah. Tax, but no tax. Somebody else offered her a big screen TV at the time for $40. No tax. Right? Yeah. But we even see that level of responsibility here sometimes with our media. So you would have some media houses or some journalists who were trying to present this thing as if with the reopening of the retail sector, that thing's so bad.
Yeah.
And people suffering and nobody in buying. But I'm glad that some of them would have actually interviewed some of these retail store owners, and they would see what is actually happening. So,
which is a better thing to do.
I guess we're on the way back. Yeah. But that's but we need, that's what we need to. Yeah. So I wait to see. So all that is left to reopen now is what, the bars, the gyms.
Yeah.
But it said retail dining in the restaurants. Yeah. And
for me, I just waiting on 2 things,
What's that?
The in-house dining.
Yes.
And when I could go by the pool, so I could go and visit my place.
Yeah,
and as that in a play, I good. Go and spend a little weekend or maybe even a week, who knows?
Yeah.
And just relax. Home away from home, man.
Yeah. I think we need that a little bit again to help to deal with the whole COVID fatigue, as they call it. Yeah, so we will see how that goes. There's something else. But anyway, yeah, I was trying to find that article that I wanted to read. But just before, because I know the ad's coming up just now, right? And the Minister of Finance had and I was sending you that clip just now just to play something for me. He had a press conference yesterday where he was updating the country on, what's been happening over the last few months and so with respect to COVID relief, some of the relief that the government has been providing, not just to individuals, but also to the companies and so on. And I've been hearing a lot of people complaining, Bruce, that they still haven't gotten their salary relief grant and whatnot, and they apply so long. And I recall, Bruce, seeing maybe just over a month and a half ago, that the Ministry of Social Development would have published a list in the newspapers of names of persons to whom checks would have been issued through the income support grant. And that these checks were coming close to being stale dated, which means that they would have been with the ministry for almost 6 months. And it was a long, long, long list of people. And I'm wondering how many of these people these checks might have belonged to. And I don't know if it is that the ministry was the system the ministry is using to contact the people to let them know. If it is that the people were waiting, expecting to see the money come into their account, and they weren't aware that they were supposed to get a check, as the case may be.
Okay.
But it may be that a lot of these people who are complaining now constantly that their names may have been on this list, because I said it was a very long list of persons. But then you see when people don't read newspapers sometimes, right? I don't know, like when they get news, when they come close to a newspaper, like they get a rash or something, so they just avoid it altogether. Because maybe if you had picked up the paper and you had a see, and likewise when we see on Facebook, different media houses put out posts, people don't read. They just read the headline and then they start across the government. But if it is you would take the time to just click, open and read, you realize, hey, you're making a fool of yourself. But perhaps the ministry needs to look into that, see how many of those persons would have come in to collect those checks, how many of those checks were still dated. Because I know that the documentation that would have been provided, the application forms, there would have been placed for people to put either their cell phone contact numbers and their email addresses and so on.
Well,
so it may be an exercise.
Most people don't check emails. They don't check
That's
emails.
The thing.
And sometimes just saying this is not a bash in any way, but sometimes you will call somebody and you may not get them, at that particular time for whatever reason. So maybe they could call and check in to see if they are one of the persons who has a check waiting on them, instead of just complaining and getting on crazy. Just saying, check it out and make a phone call to find out if if you have a check waiting on you, and go and collect your check once it is there.
That's the thing. Yeah.
If you didn't,
but you're right. Sometimes some people just have an email address just for the sake of having email, but they don't normally get emails. So,
well, there's what I say.
Yeah.
So who knows? Check your email. Well, I mean, if you're not accustomed to checking email, then God alone knows how much emails you have there waiting on you.
Yeah.
So
some people don't even, because they don't use the email that often, they probably don't even remember the password. Well, but I just put my email because there's a space for that.
That is our next thing. That's our next thing in itself.
Yeah.
You see that password thing? Yeah. Plenty of people. Where's my password again?
Yeah. And then next thing you know, it's very well that an email was sent out and you check waiting for you. Morning, Angie.
Before you go off the deep end, at least, make a check and see what's going on. So, Dominic, we have about a minute again before we go to the break.
Okay.
So, guys, keep it locked.
Yeah, so I will pull up that clip and send it to you, because, the minister, and these press conferences are so very important, Bruce, especially to deal with some of the misinformation that is out there.
Yeah.
Misinformation that is also being spread by radio talk show hosts and DJs and so on, because, well, to some extent, you can't blame them because they don't have the information. And some of them just not interested in finding the information, and they will run with the propaganda.
Yeah, now go and say that.
Yeah.
Easy to make a bacchanal.
That's right. Especially when there's a bacchanal in the government. Yeah, and you're anti-government, worse yet.
Yeah, for real. So guys, we go into the break and we'll be right back.
Hey, we seen Daniel. Lord. Told him after me now. So all these girls on him. Cause I tell him already now, we run the block. You understand? Well, I that just banner. Oh my Lord. Good afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon.
We all going?
We're gonna take our vaccine.
Oh my Lord, can we come with all it too?
Of course.
You take me one time.
Let's go.
Take it. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able, pretending needle. She start to smile, take it just for a while. She'll take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. If you see the nurse, she come for it first. Not to take this vaccine, it could be a curse. Of course, as a first responder, her priorities in order. Hesitate, girl didn't want to wait. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able, pretending needle. She start to smile, take it just for a while. Take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. I take a joke, she take one joke. I went back for a next joke. She take one stick, I come back 'cause she love it. She take one shot, I went back for a next shot. She take one stick, I come back 'cause she love it. I know women afraid, them can't make the grade. They say that me and that, this is a charade. But besides a little swelling and a little dizzy feeling, she had me a mess, thinking about her for this. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. The woman, she able, pretending needle. She start to smile and take it just for a while. She take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. I think I took the joke. She take one joke, I went back for a next joke. She take one stick, I come back 'cause she love it. She take one shot, I went back for a next shot. She take one stick, I come back 'cause she love it. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. The woman, she able, pretending needle. She start to smile and take it just for a while. She take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. If you see the woman, take it. She sit down her back and take it. She tell me she able, pretending needle. She start to smile, take it just for a while. She'll take it, let you know she able, pretending needle. Take your vaccine, girl. Take it, take it, take it, take it.
You have been asking for him, and now he's on every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45. Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Call him and ask him about any legal matters that may be confronting you. Also, you have questions about the Bible, about spirituality and religion. He is able to answer. Join Pastor, lawyer Dave McKenzie on the street, 919 FM. Every second and fourth Friday from 1:15 to 1:45, as he will be dealing with legal matters and matters of spirituality on the street, 919 FM.
Sign up and save with Green Dot. When you subscribe to any of our broadband packages, you get 30% off the installation fee, allowing you to stream your favorite shows on any of your devices. Update your social media accounts and connect with friends and family. Stay on top of the class with online learning sessions, or keep your team in the loop with virtual meetings, all at an affordable price. This is a limited time offer, so don't wait. Call 224-GDOT today to sign up and save with Green Dot, improving and simplifying lives.
Since I was was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in Port of Spain. For TNT to be good again. Right. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. Yo, this is Iwer George, the big boss of the business, and this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
When your little one has his first friend, they share hugs, games, and germs as well. He needs to be strong. Protect them with Nestle Clem 1 Plus. Clem 1 Plus contains prebiotics, vitamins, and minerals that contribute to maintain a healthy digestive and immune system, helping them to achieve 100% protection plus nutrition. Nestle Clem 1 Plus. Your love, their future. Clem 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute from 1 year onward.
Stay connected at home and to your home with Digicel Plus Smart Combo. We've combined our entertainment and smart services to give you simply more. More speed, more entertainment, more smart solutions, more savings. Get online faster with speed starting at 100 megabits per second. Enjoy better Wi-Fi coverage at home with smart Wi-Fi. Keep entertained with all the must-have TV channels. Feel safer at home with Smart Home. Get simply more with a Digicel Plus Smart Combo. Sign up for the Smart Glass Combo with 100 megabits per second, 27 channels, smart Wi-Fi, and smart home for only $499. Call 866-PLUS or visit DigicelTT.com. Digicel Plus. Better together.
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's Radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship, Children's Hour, and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
At Health and Wealth Lifestyle, we offer a wide range of services: blood analysis, iridology, acupuncture, foot detox, foot massages, gua sha, hot stone therapy, fire therapy, legs and feet massage therapy, mineral scrubs, acrotherapy, cupping.
We also have a wide variety of supplements, silver, zinc and magnesium, body light, and lots more.
We at Health and Wealth Lifestyle operate our business in a clean, safe, and comfortable environment. We frequently sanitize our compound and abide by all the COVID guidelines that are currently in place.
So come on down to Health and Wealth Lifestyle, where we treat you like family. Book your appointment today. Call us at 1-868-275-8359
or 1-868-288-1108.
And remember, your health is your wealth, and prevention is always better than medication.
Len Capital Certificates is a passive income service company located at Princess Margaret Street in San Fernando and 5th Street South Woodbrook. At Len Capital, investing is made simple. You invest with us. We make the investments and then you collect returns either monthly or yearly. We have 5 different options you can choose from, and each investment option comes with different benefits starting from TT $5,000. For more information, contact 399-0307. Len Capital Certificates. It's all about you.
Tune into the street 91.9 FM
Every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
for the Repairing of the Breach radio program with me, Bishop Showinau Thomas.
The scripture says, "And they that shall be of thee shall build the old waste places.
Thou shalt raise up the foundation of many generations, and thou shalt be called the repairers of the breach, the restorers of the paths to dwell in."
Don't miss it. Repairing the Breach radio program with Bishop Sherwin R. Thomas on the Street 919 FM every Sunday from 10:05 a.m. to 11 a.m.
No distance can divide us, our hope is what connects us. Though challenges we face, we're still full of resilience. If we believe together, things are gonna get better. We're closer than we've ever been, we will rise up much stronger. Just believe, just believe, just believe, just believe. Yes, we've been down before, and we will rise once more. Just believe, just believe, just believe. Hope will lead the way. Tomorrow's a brighter day, so just believe.
Believe in the future. Believe in each other, and we will get there. Be mobile. Just believe.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
Mountains are high, but never higher than we, and we can get over it. And our problems could have big, but never bigger than we, and we can get over it, over it, over it, over it, over it. The Almighty get we through, over it, over it, over it, over it. I see wishes are come, my life are come, but we juggling and keep juggling over.
So a pleasant good morning once again to each and everyone. Angie, good morning, darling. And yes, Angie, it was actually in my files all the time, so don't buff me up. Oh gosh, Google and all of buff me up. You know how long I have this rhythm? I think it's last week or week before. Yes, and it's a very nice gospel rhythm.
Morning, Angie. Yes, I forgot to say my usual good mornings to Mr. and Mrs. Giuseppe, Mr. and Mrs. Regis, our colleague, Miss Felix. And see any pictures of videos of any meals going up. But you know, I wouldn't be surprised if one pop up today. Yeah. That's as close as we get to it, Bruce, but that's all right. That's all right. One of these days. Hopefully she'll throw down a big meal and invite us to come over and party. So.
Yeah. Partake of the things thereof.
Yes. Yeah. I think I'll send you another clip.
All right.
There, right?
Check it out.
I saw there was a tornado yesterday in Lucero.
Yeah.
Threw down 22 houses. And based on what they were saying last night on the weather forecast on CNC3, they expect more tornadic activity like that to take place over the next few days. And we have 2 tropical waves approaching, so people need to be concerned about that. 22 houses to lose your house in these times. 22.
Sure, right.
To the best of my ability, I have not heard of that type of activity taking place. I know we usually get those the funnels, but a tornado, well,
that's a lot.
Unfortunately. Yeah. Kudos also goes out to the Ministry of Social Development and the Ministry of Housing for providing housing accommodation for the family of the 3 children who were killed in that fire, that unfortunate incident. So I saw they would have gotten a new housing unit at Beaufort in St. James there. Yeah. Beaufort, another one of the housing development projects that the People's Partnership had abandoned in 2010, which this administration would have restarted in 2015 and completed. And a lot of those units are now occupied. And so when they want to talk about this government ain't doing nothing, as Dr. Ollie would have alluded to yesterday, when people say the government ain't doing nothing and nothing happening, nothing could be further from the truth. Because, one of the things that they criticized the government for was the construction of schools, and the Prime Minister would have opened a school yesterday in Chatham. Yeah. So the big thing for the People's Partnership, the UNC, is school and hospital, as if that's the only infrastructure that the country really needs. I don't know how many hospitals and how many schools we need to build, but they would have alluded to the fact that a lot of the 100 schools that they claim that they built was really contracts that were issued, and some of these schools construction never started.
Wow.
I think I heard one particular school had to be abandoned, and after a cost of over $200 million having been spent. And the school, it's just not salvageable. But, yeah. So the minister, before I go there, I just want to read something, and a follow-up to what I would have read yesterday with respect to the announcement by the Minister of Youth Development, Foster Cummings, this laudable initiative on the part of the government to provide agricultural lands or land to young people to engage in agriculture. And we need to, there's a mindset, Bruce, with respect to agriculture that is really brickbat work, pitchfork, and plow, and you go in and dig up land and so on in the hot sun. And that has been, for a lot of people, a disincentive to engage in agriculture. And to use the term of Mariano Brown, there's a need for us to make agriculture sexy for the young people. Make it a little more attractive, because the idea of really brickbat work in a field, not that appealing, right? But there's a lot of technology out there that takes the labor-intensive part of agriculture out of it, so that a lot of work that would have been done years ago with a plow and a bull, or a plow and an ox, that's things that's past tense. Yeah. Can't remember the last time I see an ox or a bison or whatever it is. You have to go deep country to see those things anymore, right? So there's opportunity there for the young people, and that was one of the narratives that the UNC would have used in the last election, talking about the government not doing enough for young people. There is no opportunities for young people in the country. And I'm glad to see that the government would have now tackled that issue head on. And this is just one, I imagine, of several initiatives that we would be seeing forthcoming to assist young people. And I saw that Foster Cummings would have put out a post, so let me get it here, with something else that was also done. Let me see if I find this here. Where is it? Right. So this is a post from Foster Cummings 3 days ago, and it reads, on Wednesday, 11th August 2021, I signed a letter of intent on behalf of the government of Trinidad and Tobago to partner with the United Nations country team for the implementation of the Generation Unlimited initiative. Dr. Alois, pronounce that boy, Camugarier or something like that, UNICEF representative for the Eastern Caribbean, who signed on behalf of the United Nations country team, stated that Trinidad and Tobago is the only country in the Caribbean that is implementing Generation Unlimited. Let me just repeat that. Trinidad and Tobago is the only country in the Caribbean that is implementing Generation Unlimited. Generation Unlimited is a global multi-sector partnership which aims to meet the urgent need for expanded education, skills development, and employment opportunities for young people between the ages of 10 to 24. With a particular focus on those most vulnerable and marginalized. The Ministry of Youth Development and National Service is pleased to collaborate with Generation Unlimited to transform the lives of 550,000 plus young people across Trinidad and Tobago by providing them with access to training and to equip them with the requisite skill set to unearth their entrepreneurial capacity and to stand out before future employers. And again, Bruce, the PNM has always had a history of providing these types of opportunities. When you think about the different programs that they had with HYPE, YAPA, MUST, the multi-sector skill training, all of these different programs providing people with opportunities to gain, skills training, educational opportunities. Then you also have, what's this other one, MyLat, MyPart, all of these different things giving people opportunities. Again, young people who might be inclined towards a career in the military or in terms of the armed forces and so on. But it's to get them to participate. These opportunities are out there, but you can't force them to do it.
True.
And therefore that is where the responsibility of the parents comes in now to try and guide your children in this way, because not all children are academically inclined. Some of them might be very good with their hands. I always recall when I went to CIC, there was a twin. One of them was bright like a bulb, smart on the button, and the other one, I don't want to say, but I might be a little harsh, dumb as an ox. That's a little harsh, right? But that way, give him a piece of wood and a carving knife, Bruce, and he will blow your mind. That man could carve things that's like, wow, boy. He was good at his hand. That was his specialty. Right? He wasn't inclined to the academics, but he was able to do that. And so here it is that the government, again, partnering with the United Nations. And here the figure of 550,000 plus young people across Trinidad and Tobago, I think that encapsulates the entire cohort of young people between the ages of 10 and 24. This is a unique opportunity. Add that to this agriculture initiative. But I would want to encourage the government to perhaps go even a step further with respect to the agricultural initiative that we were spoken about yesterday. Because, for instance, I know that the Chinese are very big on agriculture. And the Chinese ambassador, I follow him on Facebook, and he's very engaging on Facebook. He's always putting out posts and stuff, letting people know what's happening in China, and unlike his predecessors. But he posts a lot of stuff about agriculture and agricultural pursuits in China, right? In terms of technology and all of these things. And maybe somebody needs to look into seeing, well, what grant funding or what opportunities there may be, because he keeps talking about wanting to partner with Trinidad and Tobago to foster that relationship that we have. Right? And maybe something could be done in the field of agriculture that some grant or something that the Chinese may be willing to make as part of their Belt and Road Initiative, technology-wise, to encourage people into this agricultural field. I mean, I see a lot of stuff with agroponics and hydroponics, which appears to be the thing now.
Yeah, that's the thing now.
So you don't really need that much land to engage in agriculture, because seeing people in this hydroponics thing and lettuce and kale and all of these different things, and they don't have. I know somebody who's doing this, and they have an expansive enterprise in their backyard, and they don't have no land. There's a concrete jungle in the back of the yard, but because they use the PVC pipe and so on to facilitate that. Yeah, and if you go to UE, in the back where they sell the doubles there, there's a whole setup of the different structures that you could use to go vertical and so on, if it is that you don't have the land space and whatnot, to be able to plant these crops successfully, and not just for local consumption, but you're also looking at export as well, because we're looking to generate foreign exchange. There is a market out there, because what COVID has done, it has affected the global food supply. And if it is that we in Trinidad here are importing ground provision and so on from St. Vincent and Grenada and so on, there's opportunity there for us to produce these things here. There's a market for it, and that could help to drive down the price again if you increase supply. So agro-processing, again, the agro-processing plant that the government would have built down in Moruga, I think it is. Yeah. So probably we need to do a couple more of those in order to accommodate the produce that we would expect once it is that this agriculture program gets off the ground and it's successful. It's not just about producing vegetables and so on to go to the market to sell. One, it could also improve or add to the supply based on the government's stated intention to continue the food boxes going forward. But also, again, agro-processing, turning some of these things, if you're planting, if you're doing planting chips, cassava chips, sweet potato, all of these different things, and look at the different uses that could be made, and not just simply, to boil and eat. So, again, the government needs to be commended for this. And I make the point, Bruce, you see, and the question that was asked over the weekend, do you think the government cares about you? Do you think the government cares about the people? And only persons who, I don't know if it's willful ignorance or if it was just being facetious, that question, or just really don't know what is happening or not aware. I don't understand how people could not be aware of what is happening, because you seem to pontificate and you know everything that's happening. The point I'm making is that if the government didn't care, right, about the people, there's so many things that you could point to. For instance, if they didn't care, they would have listened to the UNC and other entities who were telling the government from practically day one to devalue the TT dollar, right, against the US dollar, allow the TT dollar to depreciate, to preserve the country's foreign reserves. Had the government done that, all who complaining about the food bill, the food import bill, it's so high, it would have been a hell of a lot higher than it is now.
Sure, right.
All who like to go online and shop your credit card, instead of paying $6.78 or $6.79 for $1 US, you might have been paying $7.50 and $8. So all those things that you love to buy online, it would have been costing you a heck of a lot more money as well. But the government didn't take that. From day one, the Minister of Finance indicated at that time, back in 2015, if memory serves me correctly, the exchange rate would have been about 650 something or 660 something. And he said, we are prepared to allow it to slide to 679, 680. And at that point, the government is going to step in to defend that exchange rate and keep it there for the benefit of the people. Yeah. And if it means that we have to use the country's foreign reserves to provide, to show up supply, so be it. And that is what the government has been doing. But when people want to cuss the government and say, the foreign reserves on Kamala leave, it was 10 billion and 11 billion and now it dropped to 7 billion. Why is that? He's probably not taking the money. He doesn't go into the central bank and take the US and fill up 2-3 duffel bag and carry it home. Remember, doesn't do that. The money is sold, the US is sold to the commercial banks so that it can provide much needed foreign exchange to satisfy that appetite that the citizens of this country have for everything US and everything foreign. That if it is you need to drink Perrier water and Zephyr Hills and what's the other one? Voss. Yeah. Blue Waters and Oasis, that good enough.
You want water? Come down Carnage and drink the water in Carnage. Best water. Can't go wrong. I don't understand.
Yeah, but when we have, that's the thing, it's to satisfy that appetite. People don't realize that every time you use your credit card, those remittances have to be made in US dollars. And so when funds are sold to the commercial banks, they have to now satisfy these remittances. So it is you all who are burning up the foreign exchange, not the government. The government is simply selling it to ensure that the system continues to work and that you're not going to grumble and complain that you can't use your credit card, even though the banks have put limits. A lot of them have put limits on how much US you can use. Again, but that is to preserve the rate or to stymie the rate at which the country's foreign reserves are depleting. Because remember, we're not getting as much money from the energy sector as we were before. And that is the primary way in which the government earns foreign exchange, when it is that the energy companies make their money, when they sell our patrimony, natural gas, oil, and so on.
Yeah.
I think the law stipulates that they're allowed to pay up to 25% of their liabilities, which is their taxes and royalties and so on, in TT dollars. And the next 75% must be paid in US dollars. And that is how the central bank will get the US. And the banks, the local commercial banks, well as remittances, when people go abroad or families who live in abroad send US dollars and they come to the bank to change it and so on. Persons who have US accounts and would come and bring US into the bank, whether it be by check or cash as the case may be, that's how the bank gets US dollars. Otherwise, it's from sales from the central bank. So people need to be mindful of that. Again, the Prime Minister kept stressing earlier on this year that the government does not have the facility and the financial wherewithal to continue, if it is we went back into another lockdown, to provide the financial support that they would have done last year. But notwithstanding that, they still went out on a limb to find money, to borrow money, to still provide that financial support, but you still have a bunch of ungrateful people complaining about the debt to GDP ratio and the government borrowing too much money and what they doing with the money. You should have listened to that press conference with the minister yesterday and you would have heard where the money went. But they don't listen to those things now. We're not interested in that. We like to hear the propaganda and the old talk. Because that's sweet. We like that. We like how that sounded. We don't want to hear the facts from Coleman, but no, because that's making the government look good and we're not interested in that. So when I heard the minister yesterday talk about the relief that is being provided, you see, with businesses that have been impacted, right, Bruce? Some of the businesses that closed down or some that are facing closure, because I saw in the news last night where they were reporting that some of the businesses that reopened yesterday reopened to have going out of business seal and closing down seal or whatever it is.
Okay.
But in the minority. And so the government had a loan program going on last year to benefit small and micro enterprises, where businesses that had an annual turnover of over $1 million would have been able to access a loan of up to $300,000 to assist with overhead expenses and operational expenses and so on, right? But there was limitations as to what to pay salaries and other similar expenses.
Yeah.
And that loan was being facilitated through First Citizens Bank. That has now been revised. So instead of you needing to have an annual turnover of $1 million, they've now reduced it to $500,000. So more businesses now would be able to access this loan. And whereas before, initially, the government was providing a 50% guarantee for the loans, because they said if we provide 100% guarantee, we know that there are people who will take advantage of it, will borrow the money and not pay back, because they know if I don't pay back, the government will.
Yeah.
That was then increased to 75%. The government was providing a 75% loan guarantee. It has now been increased to 100%, right? The loans are interest-free, and they've now increased the repayment period from 5 years to 7. So you have a 2-year moratorium where you have to make no payments. So it will help your business to recover, to resuscitate coming out of the lockdown. And once you start back making money, you can now start to repay this loan. And no interest, 0 interest. So you get it up to $300,000 and you pay back no interest with 5 years to pay, or 7 years to pay. I mean, it doesn't get better than that.
True.
And it's for businesses that have an annual turnover between $500,000 to $25 million, so that all these businesses that have been complaining, well, the government not doing anything for us and they're only taking care of the individuals, but what about business support? You now have that support, and they've expanded what you can borrow the money for. So it's no longer just overhead expenses and operational expenses. They can now borrow it for plant and machinery and a variety of different things. So this is definitely good news. So, and I mentioned that specifically because, again, on Saturday, I heard some things with respect to that whole loan thing and how the banks want to use it as entrapment and all kind of thing. The bank is just simply the facilitator, right? The government provided the money to the bank to give it to the people, because the government is not, they already have enough on their plate in terms of giving out grants.
Dominic, entrapment, you say, you know?
That's the exact word that was used. That is entrapment. I don't understand how a 0 interest loan, 7 years to pay, with a 2-year moratorium, right, up to $300,000 could be entrapment.
Wow.
And if it is you don't pay it back now, the government paying it. How is that entrapment?
Who that entrapment?
You see, that's why I want to know. That's why I want to know. And always to support your case, you always know somebody who went and applied for the loan, and the person had an experience, the person said this and the person said that. Always know somebody, you know.
Yeah, but obviously with a loan like that, there would be some fine print that you would need to be able to facilitate.
Yes.
Even if you or I go in for a loan, there are certain criteria you have to be able to uphold to.
Yeah.
There are things in place, so it may not be for everybody. Everybody may not get it, but hey, once you dotting your I's and crossing your T's properly, you're liable. You could get it.
You're inside. That's $300,000 that you have that I could bail out a company that could give you a lifeline, and be trying to pour cold water in it, calling it entrapment. And the minister also pointed out to the fact that some people didn't qualify either because they didn't meet the debt service ratio requirement.
Right.
Some of them didn't qualify by virtue of the fact that one of the requirements for the loan was that your taxes needed to be up to date. your NIS payments needed to be up to date and your other statutory. He said a lot of the people who came, the taxes not up to date, they haven't paid their taxes since whenever. Some of them not paying their NIS contributions, they could not provide documentary evidence to support these payments. So he said, here what, we understand, but respect to the aspect where persons were required to provide the 50% collateral or the 25%, some people wanted to make personal guarantees, which they use their personal funds, and he said, all right, here what, in that case, we will ease you all up. You don't need to provide any collateral, because we don't want you to go and tie up your money that you might have. You need family support or whatever as the case may be. So we will provide 100% guarantee. So even if it is you default on the loan, the government going to pay it back. And we know we'll have people who will take advantage of that. They love it. They're happy to hear that. But they've now, the government said, here what, we're going back in time. If your taxes are up to date up to 2018, we will give you the loan and we're giving you some time to get your 2019, 2020, and 21 taxes in again, right? You can't get it better than that. You have been non-compliant. You've not been paying your taxes. And so what you're doing, I know you're saying you don't have money to run your business. You're not paying NIS. You're not paying health surcharge. All of these things that you're supposed to green fund and all that. You're not making these payments. You're hiding. And had it not been for this situation, you would have continued. And the government say, here, we'll be giving you a blight to get your house in order. There's the tax amnesty that is going on now that is until September 17. So errant businesses who have not paid their taxes and however long, you can now go and pay whatever you're supposed to pay. No penalties, no interest until September the 17th. I don't know if it is the government will be lenient to extend it beyond that. But opportunities are provided so that when they come back to asking the question, does you think the government care about the people? Talk about these things. Talk about it, but you want to postpone. I mean, there was also a grant that was available for companies, small businesses that did not satisfy that $1 million annual turnover requirement. They could have gotten a grant of up to, I think it was $20,000 or $25,000, a one-time grant that they didn't have to pay back. Right? So, and that was being distributed through NEDCO. Then the government also provide one-time grants for, as they call, persons in the entertainment sector, the creatives and so on. These are artists and singers and whatever. Up to $5,000, you would have gotten a grant for $5,000. And I'm aware of persons, Bruce, who would have abused that too. Yes. So you had some people were telling people, well, aren't you in this you in this group, this TASA group, or you in this drama group, or whatever it is? Come, put on your name, fill out this form. And when the grant was paid, they were telling people, here, well, you have to give us a little thing, right? So we take up $1,500 or $2,000, and you will keep the next $3,000. That's the things that was going on. Ripping off the government. But you don't hear them talking about these things. But the government don't care about the people. The government wicked. And then the government talk, get them contract. That's the duty talk. But all of the good things that instead of you go and do your research to find out, well, what is available out there. And let me talk about that. And let me try to promote that in my community, because all of them, their community is always the most downtrodden. Their community is always the one that is suffering the most. But if you come in on the radio and blasting the government, talk about they ain't doing this and they ain't doing that, and everything is the 1% and the 1% that do this talk. Throw that out of the window. Go and do your research, find out what is available for the young people and promote that. Help them to help themselves. But you're not helping them by coming and talking that nonsense, that janjat according to Barataria.
When they do the research, they okay come and talk what they want to talk. It's going to be a different conversation.
Yeah. Because they're aware that you have your public, right? You have your supporters who like to hear that kind of dotish talk, that nonsensical talk, everything like the government ain't doing this and the government ain't doing that. Everybody always have a story. They know somebody or know somebody who knows somebody that went through something. But you don't know anybody who got the loan, the $300,000 loan, and it was able to save the business. You don't know about that. No. You don't know anybody who got the 20,000 grant. You don't know about that. All the people who applied for the income support grant and whatever, the people who got the rental assistance grant, you don't know about any of those people who could come and give a testimony and say, yes, I applied and I get through. You only know people who didn't get through.
The people in those circles, I guess, will not want to have that conversation with the individuals. Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows? But is always fortunate, is always convenient that you would have known someone who would relate to what you're speaking about. So everything that you need to pull down the government about, everything that you need to hit the government for 6, you know somebody who was so people who go through these ills bring these ills to you all the time. So they just keeping you with content. They're just keeping you with content. So you're not looking to try to find anybody that could tell you something positive about what happened. Your whole existence is negative.
Yeah.
Seriously? Okay.
Because that's why they have a whole negative aura. That's all you attracted of.
Well, boy.
That's all you attract.
What you gonna do?
And then you have to wonder why. And I keep making the point that when people attack the government and talk about taxpayers' money and they take in taxpayers' money, every member of parliament pays tax. They pay income tax. They pay VAT just like you. So that when it is that if the minister of finance increases the price of fuel and he removes the subsidy, when he goes to the gas station, he paying the same price. When he stick his credit card into the machine, into the pump, the credit card reads, hey, it's Coleman Boots. So he ain't paying for something. He had to pay $2. Or when Terrence Dialsing goes in the grocery and he swipe the credit card and the credit card read, hey, Terrence Dialsing, so he don't have to pay VAT on any food. Right, so he had to pay less for all the food items. It's the same thing. They pay taxes too, and they pay a hell of a lot more taxes than the majority of the citizens in the country. So when we complain that they getting exemptions for the vehicles and stuff, yes, they getting exemptions for the vehicles, but they pay more taxes than you pay. So sometimes a minister might pay in taxes for the year, what some people pay in 3 and 5 years, but we don't consider that, you know.
No.
These ministers, these politicians have family members too who are not in government.
No, they don't have that.
And they go to the grocery and they feel the pain too. So they do these things because they want to punish the people. So what about the family members and their friends? These things they don't have to pay.
Dominic, you need to tell the people the truth. The ministers go to a special cashier, right?
Apparently so.
And when they go to that cashier, it says, okay. Oh, as they swipe something, they're pooping there. Okay. Yeah, you go ahead now, man. Everything is yours. I don't understand.
Yeah. That or the ministers just call their friends and family. Here, when they go to the grocery, they say, Keith Rowley is your cousin. Right? They say, Colbert, this is your brother. And don't worry, you get through. Yeah, and if they ask you anything, just call me. I'll tell them, yeah. So organize them there. That's the impression that you get to know. And then when they always talk about the 1% getting this and the 1%, if the 1% organize themselves in such a way so that when opportunities present themselves, they could avail themselves of it. Why you want to vex with them? You should do the same thing too. Go and register a business.
Dominic.
Put yourself in a gear so that when opportunities present themselves, you could apply to it. You know what they say? Nah, the government ain't going to give me because the 1% is their friend.
Dominic.
Last year, Bruce.
As simple
last year, when the government, twice last year, through the HDC, the government had a small contractor housing construction program, right? Mm-hmm. Where they said small contractors could get between 5 to 10 houses to build. The budget per house was averaged at $500,000. Mm-hmm. And engineers estimate that it would cost about $400,000 to build the house, and you could make a profit of $100,000 on each house, right? So if you get 10, that's $1 million in profit. You get 500,000 in profit. And of course, if you could take advantage of economies of scale, you could probably hook up with 2 or 3 other contractors, and you all go to the hardware and make an arrangement where you could get discounts and so on certain materials and whatnot. You could save a little bit on the construction if you find people who artisans who have skills in different things. So a man could be a plumber and he's also an electrician. So master of what they said by whatever the term is, right? So he could do several different things. Yeah. So you don't need to hire 2 and 3 people. You can hire 1 man to do 2 or 3 different jobs, and you could save money and make a bigger profit. When they had the first briefing, Bruce, I think it was the end of January, early February, I went because I wanted to get some information to come back on the radio and talk about, because at that time, Facts versus Opinion was off the air, but Google used to let me come on a Friday and talk.
Right.
A segment called Your 2 Cents, right? Bruce, was $500 for the application form to fill out. And the HGC was saying, look, we want to give everybody an opportunity. So we have lands located, the agency providing the lands and everything is just for you to build the house. But if in a particular area, particular geographic area, you have a heavy concentration of contractors, and we give out all of the opportunities there. Some of you in South might end up getting an opportunity in Shogunas or Arima or wherever it is, right? Or if that's the case, instead of giving one man 10 houses, we might split it and just give everybody 5, so everybody could, as they say, eat our food.
Yeah.
Application package $500. People grumbling about that. Why we have to pay $500 for the package show up? So it can't be free. You have an issue with paying $500 to get an opportunity to get $500,000 or $1 million in profit. You're grumbling about $500, right? One of the requirements they said is that you need to have a registered company. You need to make sure that you have a BR number and stuff, because the law, again, if you're getting $500,000 or $1 million in profit, you don't expect to pay tax. So the government must just hand you $1 million because you're from the BTAM, or you're from CLATS, or you're from a PNM constituency, you're voting for the PNM your whole life, or you live in a PNM house. So you don't pay no tax. Everybody, well, you are UNC, all right, but we're giving you a contract, but you had to pay tax. PNM man, let me see a party card. No, you don't have to pay no tax, you good, right? They grumbling, they have a problem with that. So why it is we are to go and register business? Everything is an issue. Look, they're not seeing the opportunity, Nitpicking. We had to get this, and you had to get that. You know what the UNC supporter will do? Yeah, 500, all right. Hey, boss, how much you put in? Let we form something now. 200 here, 100 there. And they smart. They applied in Arima. They applied in San Fernando.
I'm not going to tell you that. It ain't going to be 500. You say you are applying north, you are applying south, you are applying east, you are applying west.
Thank you. At the end of the day, they get 20 and 30 houses to build.
Yeah.
It's smart. Meanwhile, we complaining. $500 for the application form.
And the thing about it is, most of the time the people that do the most complain, and you would be surprised how much people they know, and if they just forget that complaining and try to form something.
That's the thing.
Because they would have known a lot of persons in different areas to get things done.
Correct.
And you would have had employment. You would have been able to have employment for however long it taken to do this. And then who knows, it would have been an ongoing something, especially if your crew doing a real good job. Hey, your crew inside.
Yeah.
Your crew inside.
So the next time that they have the next cycle of the program, you good.
Yeah.
This man did very good work. We want him back.
Yeah.
You're getting more houses. When the private sector is not only the government building houses, the private sector doing it too. A man might be passing. Who build these houses here, boys? So give me that man number. You ain't studying that. All you focus on $500 for the application package, and you need to register a business.
Right.
You have issues with that. But the government ain't doing nothing. UNC ever did anything like that? With small contractors, not big contractors, small contractors. The man who you will call when you're building your house, so you need to add on a room or two home. That's who you're calling. It was for them to benefit, for them to eat our food too. But no, you wouldn't talk about that. Government don't care about nobody. Government don't care about the poor people. It's only the 1%.
Right now, I'm watching a young. Anyway, I had to do a bit just now. I'm watching a young team by me there. It had one of them. He doing masonry work. He on top roof, taking him in. I saying, all right. You have about 2 or 3 of them. There's do little work and thing with them. When they're doing their little hustle, I taking them in, because with what I just did the other day. When you see I go and I get that license, I ain't gonna say the plan, but that is the plan. You understand?
Right.
You can't stay one way all the while. You have to try to stay.
That's the thing.
I will sit down here and complain. I ain't getting nothing. But what you doing to go and get something, boy? How you setting up yourself in order for you to be able to get something? How you marketing yourself? And that has always been the issue. You're not marketing yourself. You're staying in one way all the while, and you want to stay that one way. You don't want to do nothing. You don't want to move nowhere. You don't want to go nowhere. You want everything to come right to you. Seriously?
Just because you're voting for the PNM, that they should give you something. How the government know what your skill set is? Suppose they give you a contract to build a drain or a bridge, and then next thing all fall down. If you go in and say the contractor, no, does the government do that? That's a government contract there. They get a friend a contract and they didn't know what they're doing. You need to be able to demonstrate that you could do the work. And if the people who showing that they could do the work, getting the contracts all the time, and you vex because of that, you working for the same people, you know. You have the skills, you know how to pull the line, but you don't want to go and get certification to show, well, look, I have a document here that says I could do this job.
Certification, I too much thing. All of that here, I'm do, Dominic. Now I too much thing.
Yeah, that's too much.
Too much.
Just give me a contract. Let me build a box train.
Yeah.
And then when you build it now, apart from the fact that where it starts and where it ends makes no sense, the water settling because the middle, right? Have a dip, so the water settling there, and then a little way down, so it's not even. Apparently, you don't know how to use a level. All of these things, Bruce, I do understand it. And then you're advocating. It behoves me to understand how people could have so-called African descent, right? You advocated that the African community should get wealthy, but that their wealth should be based primarily on the behest of the government. So everybody else doing everything else, right? So the Syrian Lebanese community could say, well, they have business, they started their business, they expanded their business, so it's based on their own initiatives, right? Persons of the East Indian community could say the same thing too. But the African community, other communities must be able to say, well, if it wasn't for the government, well, they wouldn't have that. And that's what all they want. That's what they want to promote, right? Yeah, give me. Yeah, give me. If the government doesn't give us, we can't do nothing. So we just sit down and waiting. It shouldn't be that way. There are other opportunities out there in the private sector, and that's why I make the point. Even though people want to beat up on the government for spending that money in the Red House, based on my research, 5 companies that are black-owned, African-owned companies received more than a quarter of the budget, over $112 million in contracts. 5, and that's just the 5 that I've been able to confirm so far, but I'm sure that there are others.
Yeah.
You think they're sitting around waiting for the government to hand them something? These businesses are of long-standing. They're operating in the private and public sector. They're not griping and complaining because there are opportunities and they're taking those opportunities. But no, in government.
Dominic, we go into
the line there while we still have 5 minutes.
Well, I have an obituary to do, so I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And
all right.
We'll be back. The Street 919 FM has been asked to announce the passing of Lynette Andrews, mother of Javon Andrews, Ruben Andrews, and Kelly Batiste, sister of Judith Andrews, Angie Andrews, Utress Andrews, Norris Andrews, Theresa Andrews, Steve Andrews, and Gail Abraham. Grandmother of Kenesia Butcher, mother-in-law of Sarah John, daughter of Emlyn Nassis Andrews, deceased, niece of Edgar Nassis, sister-in-law of Rona Andrews and Lynn Andrews, aunt of Krishona Andrews, Krishon Andrews, Norris Andrews, Nawanda Smith, relative of Nanissus, Kings Andrews, and many others. Friend of Beverly King, Lisa Henry, the McCalls, Hollis Smith, Mark Phillip, Volris Campbell, and many others. The funeral of the late Lynette Patricia Andrews would be held on Tuesday, the 17th of August 2021 at Belgrove's Funeral Home at 2 p.m., then to the Buku Public Cemetery. Because of COVID-19 restriction, there will be limited seats, which would be given to family and close friends. Live streaming will also be done on the day.
Yo, this is your boy Ziggy Rankin, and right now you're listening to the Titans of Democracy. You don't know. Real talk.
Yes, guys, so we are back. Our numbers are 3420081 and 4665391. You can call us up. Keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it to the point. Caller, good morning.
Pleasant good morning to you, Bruce.
Morning.
Good morning, Dominic.
Morning, sir.
Morning, Dominic.
You hear him?
I didn't hear him.
Morning.
Flicks. Morning, listeners and callers of 91.9. Dominic, I've been listening to you since last week Sunday, and there's so much to say, but to get in is a real difficulty. So I try a thing this morning, and thank God. Dominic, listen, I've lectured the government, I'll tell you why. When the Prime Minister has to speak, they must separate when he has to speak to when Commonwealth has to speak. He tells the two of them at the same time. But I was torn between the Prime Minister in Chatham yesterday and Commonwealth. But I listened to Commonwealth more, and what they are offering now as compared to what they have offered before is practically a giveaway. I agree with you 110%. You understand? I mean 100% guaranteed. I called my friend, my business friend who lives in Gulview, and I explained to him what was going on, and they were totally, because they did not hear it, and a lot of people haven't heard it really, and they were totally fascinated. I mean, you can't go wrong. Even with the first one, which was very good as well, and it's for micro, small, and medium businesses between $500,000 and $25 million. I mean, you can't go wrong with that, and all you have to do is produce your tax returns and your VAT returns up to 2018. What more can you want from that? But you see, there are people who are taking it, but they're not coming out and say, right? But they prefer, you know what they prefer, Dominic? When the government, as the Prime Minister said yesterday, when they give out a contract for 100 schools and nothing in a bill, and they get a little bit of money to begin the business and they walk home with it and that's it. That is what they want. They don't want, they want it easier than what this government is giving them. The government is trying their best to infuse and stimulate the economy by giving out money to assisting people to go to, as you said, the banks and the facilitators to go and get money and start and revitalize or start up their businesses. You cannot get better than that. Even with, as you rightly said, with respect to the housing and so on, and I'm going to tell you this, I know of hardwares I will tell you, even you don't have 5 cents in your pocket, but they know you, and you getting these contracts from the government. Listen, you come to us, we will give you the material, and when you get paid, you pay us.
Yep.
You understand? And the consortiums that we are using as well in order to reduce costs and maximize profits is quite correct. They are doing that, but some people want it to sit down home and collect the cash first, and then relax and say, well, I ain't never going to finish that now, and make excuses. And that is what we have to attempt to stop, right? We cannot get better than what is being offered today. The government is going, as I said before, going out of the way, but they have to stimulate the economy, and they are trying their best. Do you know 85% of businesses opened back in Port of Spain yesterday? Do you know most of the businesses that they say closed down and they're not going to open back again, and all these negativities and so on? That is not true. Some of them, yes, have gone online because it was more convenient for them to go online to keep the businesses going. But a lot of the businesses are going to be up and running, and if those that have shut down completely will again begin to start up, maybe albeit slowly, but they will begin to start up again. And the government is doing their best. I can't see it getting better than this. And I want to congratulate the government on what they have done thus far to attempt to revitalize and to stimulate the economy. But you won't hear that from Nakin and Roberts and all of these type, but you won't hear that from them. Only what here is negativity, as you rightly said, and they have absolutely nothing to offer except bubble, contracts here, contracts there, give them back something, and you don't worry yourself, nothing is being done. 108 schools built between 2010 and 2015, and up to now, Kim Gopi Singh cannot identify not even 20 of these schools, or not even 5 of these schools that he has started and completed. That is the kind of way people want to go. Corruption, and Liba Vila Loca. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Brian. Caller, good morning.
Morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic. Morning, Phil and the Bagel. This is the mighty Mano. Yes, Bruce, let me say something there, and Dominic. I don't know how they say people have money, but me have it, but at the same time, all them malls pull out yesterday. You can't even get a Me Too phone to buy. All them phone is expensive phone, so you had that money to buy Me Too phone anyway, because there are no Me Too phone less than $300, $350, $400 at all. Bruce, the more than them pull out, people like they're happy to come out. Everybody come out. It's now 3-4 bag in their hand and not China bag I'm talking about there. I'm talking about, you know, they make same bag like long time. Bag big like that. I don't know where they get any money. If they didn't have no money, where they get the money from. And you let me say thanks to the Prime Minister for opening the country a little wider. And I want to tell you people, well, I can't say go for no job because it's prohibited on this station, but do the right thing. And let me tell you something. Go and do what all you have to do. And we'll open the country wide open to people. I didn't drink a beer in all long since because I didn't have no beer home. I didn't have nothing home, so I didn't drink a beer since. And, well, boy, Trinidad and Tobago, we're doing good. Dr. Rowley, hold the joystick and mash the X to pedal. Do what we have to do. Forget about them people. All they could do is to talk and don't let them mouth frighten you. Because the mouth only have pepper in it. I see they go into Indian wedding business now. I sit down by the road now. Long time was I stand up, now I sit down. After sit down is lie down, you know. After sit down is lie down. So everybody, Trinidad and Tobago, morning girlfriend, morning to Jackie and Jackie, good morning, Jenny. Good morning to Mr. Napuna. Bataya, good morning to you. I ain't calling deep so that's all because you see that fella, he mouth ain't good at all. I'm gone.
Well, guys, we're going to a break now, so we'll be right back. Keep it locked. When we return, we continue to take your calls. And don't forget, at 8:40 this morning, we have our Playway Pick of the Day. So keep it locked. We'll be right back.
Are you experiencing loss of vision, or are your glasses broken? At Value Optical, we're open, and we're here to help. You can have your urgent eyeglasses in 3 days with packages starting at $695. When you visit us, be mindful of the 3 W's. Wear your mask, wash your hands, and watch your distance. Please call us toll-free 800-2020 for expert advice on your vision needs or to book your appointment. Value Optical, caring for your eyes.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers, a full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpson's Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
Looking for a safe and relaxed professional massage therapist and nutritionist? Look no further. Nature's Touch with Empress Judy and Associates offers a natural approach to better health. Treat yourself to a professional massage therapy and nutrition advice in a safe and relaxed atmosphere. Rejuvenate your body, mind, and soul at Nature's Touch Therapy. For an appointment, please call or WhatsApp 1-868-398-8282. Or visit our Facebook page. Remember, your health is our responsibility at Nature's Touch.
Get your vaccine. Well. Since I was pitching marbles, the place was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in Port of Spain. For TNT to be good again. Right. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. So we could mash it up, shell it down and turn it over. Yo, this is Iwer, George, the big boss of the business. And this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
Hey, you keeping safe? I hope so. I don't really know what will happen when everything will back up, but the line had to go on. But in the meantime, just come online with the live wire. I'm on the Street 919 FM every Saturday from 5 to 8 p.m. Or you could check us out on the live on Facebook at the Street 919 FM or on YouTube at Street TV. Don't forget to share the live. That might just be as important as you keeping safe. So mask up, sanitize, tune in to the Street 919 FM, Lime on the Live Wire, Saturday afternoons, 5 to 8 p.m. Don't worry, I gotta be home in time for the cookie. Keep safe.
From the moment you first crossed eyes.
It's a girl.
To their very first bowl of cereal. Open wide. Going into parenthood means nourishing your little one to reach their fullest potential. With Nestum Nature's Selections infant cereals, give 30% more whole grain with 15 vitamins and minerals, including iron, all with no added sugar. Nature's Selection. Give your baby the best. Nestum, from 6 months onwards.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35 to 1. Playway is giving you more mega for your money. Win 35 to 1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35 to 1 in every Playway Mega Mix draw if the mega bonus ball calls. That means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway Mega Bonus Ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Police, go there. Officer Best Price here. Johnny Q Auto Parts Division?
Yes, sir.
I'm here to investigate an assault on batteries.
Excuse me, sir?
Is it true? You have batteries selling for $488?
Yes. Power Master, Optima, Vata, and Megastar batteries.
So I can buy a battery for $488?
Yes, sir. For cars, trucks, and boats. Backed and distributed by Massey Automotive.
Which part?
Right here at Johnny Q Hardware and Auto Parts Division, 15 Arabita Avenue, Woodbrook. And our new Johnny Q Superstore, located at Lowlands Mall off Claude Noel Highway in Tobago. You could call 63 Tools.
Alright, thanks boss. Nah man. Granny,
do you have $488 to lend, man?
Turn your lights down low and listen to the Master's radio.
The Church of the Firstborn Assembly Miracle Center of number 399 Eastern Main Road, Waiko in San Luis Grande is pleased to present Pastors Morris and Agnes Johnson and guests on Sundays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays. Sundays, Ministry of Worship Children's Hour and the Word from 1 to 6 p.m. Tuesdays, see Jesus in every book of the Bible from Genesis to Revelation from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Wednesdays, we deal with current affairs from a biblical perspective from 9 p.m. to 12 midnight. Tell your neighbors, tell your friends, tell everyone. For further information, visit with us at www.churchofthefirstbornassembly.org. Facebook, email us at church668hope@gmail.com or call us at 753-1113 or 236-7271. Your free will gifts and offerings will be greatly appreciated. Account number 795222 at the First Citizens Bank.
The Street 91.9 FM brings you today's tips to improve your financial literacy. Improving your financial literacy is a never-ending endeavor that needs to be prioritized. As you work on improving your financial literacy, it's important to continue your momentum. Here are your tips. Pay attention to your fees. Understanding the fee structure and the amount you have been paying on a monthly or even annual basis in regards to fees associated with financial services is extremely important. Account service fees, annual financial planning service fees, investment account management fees, you name it. If you haven't reviewed and audited your fees yet, I recommend that you sit down and make this a priority. That was your financial tip brought to you by the Street 91.9 FM.
This is the Street 919 FM COVID-19 updates. In case you missed it, the latest COVID positive cases in TNT as of August 16, 2021 stands at new positive cases 89. Total active cases, 5,990. Total recovered patients, 34,777. Total positive cases for COVID-19 as of March 2020 to present, 41,955. Follow the Ministry of Health COVID-19 protocols. Wear your mask, sanitize, social distance, and avoid gatherings. A message from the Street 919 FM.
Share the live. Share the live. The Street 919 FM on Facebook and Instagram. Share the live. Iowa George on Instagram. Share the live. Iowa TV and Street TV on YouTube. Share the live. The Street 919 FM.
So welcome back. Just a bit of housekeeping for you. Value Optical wishes to advise the public that all 13 branches will now be open full-time to provide expert eye care services to you. All of our regular services are now available. For your safety, we continue to practice the established health and safety protocols, and we recommend that you make an appointment for all testing services. Please call us at 225-4865 or toll free 800-2020 for all inquiries on opening hours, eye testing availability, and how we can assist your eye care needs. Value Optical, caring for your eyes. For all your hardware, building materials, auto parts, small tool rentals, pets and pet supplies, gravel and sand now available. Don't forget PowerMaster, Optima, Vata and Megastar batteries starting from $488. And it's all at Johnny Q, 15 Arapita Avenue, Woodbrook, and our new Johnny Q Superstore in Lowlands Mall, Tobago off Claude Noel Highway. Just call 63 Tools. What is convenience? Paying your Digicel bill with your debit card on My Digicel app. Now you can make your Digicel Plus and mobile bill payments on the My Digicel app with your Scotiabank, Republic Bank, RBC or First Citizen Bank Visa debit card. No need to use a credit card. We make it easy to use your debit card to pay your bill, top up or purchase a plan. Download the My Digicel app in your mobile app store today. International cricket superstars Karen Pollard, Dwayne Bravo, Lindell Simmons, and Riyad Emirates, Evan Raymond Ramnarayan, and Ravi B has all been using Omega XL for joint pain and getting great results. So what about you? Just pick up a bottle of Omega XL right now at all leading pharmacies or call Great Health Limited at 225-0410. So live long and stay strong with Omega XL. Yes, Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Yes. So we're going to open back up the lines.
Yep.
And guys, I was to tell you all that I hope everybody's listening. There is a little limit program on the calls. So when you go over it automatically cuts you off.
Right.
And I am not at liberty to say how much time you have. So all I am saying to you is to please keep your calls tight, to the point, briefly, right? So that everybody will have that opportunity to call in and, as we just say in layman's terms, give their 2 cents. Right?
Yeah, just play my clip that I sent you. Just send it there first.
Oh, yes.
Please, Bruce.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought you forget the clip.
That's in response to the latest the poll. That I think on the government's performance. Yeah, just play that.
Right. I hope I'm playing the right thing or no. Okay. Throw back 1 year ago, that's where it is, right?
Yeah.
Right. I just making sure.
Yeah.
All right.
And even if you spare them till you're dead, when you're going to put the X on the ballot paper, you have to remember your child and the school and your parents and the old age pension, and you put the X. Nobody are watching. You need to put the X by the body say, and when you come out, you can be paying them till you're dead again on Tuesday.
We are as good as anybody, and the PNM party is the best party to take Trinidad and Tobago out of the morass and out of the nonsense and out of the stupidity that passes for governance in Trinidad and Tobago.
Vote, candidate for me, please. Vote PNM.
You will make the difference on election day. Vote PNM. PNM is great. I said that. Make it clear.
Dominic. Dominic.
It doesn't get no better than that.
Let me tell you something. You know which one was amazing, and I seen amazing, was the last one, and I will tell you why the last one. The name was mentioned twice.
Yeah.
So it's not like to say, well, you make a mistake the first time, and on the second time, you get it right. Hey, so that's just to tell you that the truth was being told.
Interestingly enough, Bruce, I don't think I've ever seen a clip where anybody from the PNM say, vote UNC, eh?
Or any other party.
They don't make that mistake.
Hey. Come on, now, man. Do, according to my father, do good thing like people like you.
Yeah.
So, guys, remember, you have to keep the calls short and sweet. Keep your contribution short and sweet. And everybody will have an opportunity to call in and, you know, give the piece, say what they have to say, give their contribution. Right? So the lines are now open, 342-0081, 466-5391. Caller, good morning.
Hi, morning, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Hey, morning, Jenny.
Morning to all who are listening.
Morning.
In the scheme of things, after the Minister would have spoken finance, the Prime Minister, we have seen some movements with Mr. Foster comments with regards to that signing of a document there to treat with the youths and all that, stores open and all that. I want to ask the unions, what exactly they're going to be marching for when the SOE is lifted? What freedom they're going to march for? Is it to free us from these trade union leaders who continue to take members' money and live large and do nothing for them? Is it to free us from Watson Juke, who is before the court for rape and sexual assault? Is it to free us from all the things that they have been doing, not representing the members properly? Is it to explain to the members what they do with all the members' money? Is that they want to free us from? Because I need to know, in the scheme of things that we see happening now, the country is opening back up slowly, the economy will start to rise again, and everything that's happening. What freedom are they asking? Well, they know what free we from all, you know. I'm going to have a blessed day.
Yes, Chen, take care. Caller, good morning.
Hey, morning, Big Bruce.
Hey, morning.
Morning, quick. Let me go quick. It's like, Bruce and Dominic, you forgot to mention, Dominic, that $200 million was given to the credit unions for people to access with the government taking the interest, and no businessmen took it. So Mr. Iwer had to take it back. So I don't understand why these people are talking about black businesses and they're not putting things in place, and the AGC situation that you talked about, that is real and true. You see, people want to get something, Bruce, and not put out anything. That is not life. Right? So I'm not falling for all that tomfoolery and that complaint. What people want is corruption, they want inflated contracts, and they want easy living. And because Dr. Rowley is not having that, that is the issue. So everything is 1% and serious. That same Rezama company, my mom started that company. People, that was one of the companies you call, Dominic. That company, for the last 40 years in business, a black man. Right? And
Yeah.
the father died, and the son right now is who's controlling the company. Another black guy. And those, they have always been getting, they in your field, electrical company, Bruce. They in your field. And they have always been getting contracts from the government. So I don't understand. People are over that foolishness. And yesterday when I walked along the Colombo, all the stores were open, and all the stores were open in Gulf City. So I ain't seen no 6,000 business closed. Thanks, Brucey and Dominic. Enjoy.
Yeah, man, take care. So, guys, call us up 342-0081, 466-5391. Remember, at 8:40 we have our Playway pick of the day. So, making sure you get ready for that. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, gentlemen. I was listening to the program this morning, and I said, I wonder if you all recognize where that thinking may have stimulated from. Remember the first week of the UNC regime, the partnership regime, the GoPros got a $10 million contract for gas that it never was involved in. Right?
Yeah.
And Rishmi got a position that she wasn't qualified to do. We had about 5 set of people with a set of paper, got positions that were had a set of false documents. So the thinking may be that, hey, if it could happen under that regime, it could happen under the PNM regime. Now, unfortunately, what they don't recognize is the PNM don't operate like that. You understand? So they need to understand what government is in charge and how they operate. Right? The PNM tries to be a government of checks and balances. Right? So it's not that it doesn't happen by people would think like that. It happens under a particular regime. Right? But unfortunately, that regime is not in power again, so you can't expect that kind of governance. So just get contracts or just get work and Christian is another example too. He just, and I want to say, it is unfortunate it's when you expect a government to do something for a race, you're going down a dangerous road. When you expect a government to deal with a particular race because they are of that ethnic background. You understand? That is a sad way to go, because when the other race gets in power and you ain't getting nothing, that you will find it unfair. So you must stop asking for the government to handle African people and this kind of theory. Right? They did it with Obama too, and Obama is not for black people. Our government doesn't do things for a particular race. The government does things for a country. Everybody's supposed to benefit, so they'll be able to benefit from the decisions that the government makes. Right? So when we think like that, the problem is ours too. That we expect the government to do something for a race of people. Right? So I will leave it there, gentlemen.
Yeah, man. Take care. Three 4200814665391. Those are the numbers to call. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce and Dominic.
Morning.
I heard you all speaking about the checks and the people names in the papers and stuff this morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know somebody personally with that. And they didn't even know that their names were in the papers because nobody called them and tell them anything about the check, to collect the check or anything like that.
Okay.
Eventually, when they saw the name, I took them up to Port of Spain, to the ministry. When we reached there, they told them they just wanted to verify it was them. And they told them in 2 weeks' time, they could come and collect the check.
Okay.
It's going on 3 weeks now, because we're calling them and nobody answering the phone. So we don't know what is going on with them.
What's going on?
Yeah. We're calling them and they're not answering the phone at all to find out if it's ready, because remember, we're coming from in south, not to go up Port of Spain and it's not ready yet. That's how it runs. But you're not getting them on the phone at all. They're calling all the numbers, they're going through the whole process and they're not getting through the phone. So I don't think sometimes it's not that people don't want to go for the check, it's just that you're not getting it. Yeah.
I feel in my head to make that waste run, you know.
Yeah, eventually, I know eventually we'll have to, but...
I feel like because I feel that run will be in your best interest.
All right, brother.
Yeah,
take it easy.
Yeah, buddy, take care.
Yeah.
Dominic, I feel we need to make our call and find out what's going on with those numbers if that is the case.
I think that's the one shortcoming at the ministry.
Yeah.
They need to fix that. Contact the people and let them know to come for the come and collect their checks. Because they're giving the government a bad name. So.
The hurtful thing is we still have a few how they say it, boy, oddballs within the ministry.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still have a few oddballs, so that could be part and parcel of the issue. Hey, like everybody waiting for playway. Or man, like I wake up everybody sleeping. Caller, good morning.
Good morning, Bruce Wayne. Good morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Yeah.
Morning.
My thing with this UNC party, they act like I just want to misinformation. I'll give you one for example. We see that yesterday businesses was open, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I remember last week when there was one of them, or a couple of weeks ago, one of them was saying that 6,000 businesses will be shut down. Or remember that statement?
Mm-hmm.
Well, judging from what I saw yesterday, it's on the contrary. So I think we have to just put a lot of misinformation in this place, you know. All right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said again, Mr. Dominic, I hope you and Sean have contact with the hierarchy, you know, you have to discuss these things because this misinformation will get worse and worse every single day. And it'll be over there. So you folks have a nice day.
Yeah, man. I'm watching a thing on my phone, Dominic. And okay, I'm watching two men who are arrested for breaking curfew. But I find the face look very familiar. Ah, boy. Yeah, caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Mr. Bruce and Mr. Dominic, Sharon, everybody.
Miserable fireman.
And my good friend, Gandhi.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man.
The one of the subject I was talking on is the government provide the money for the people, the checks now.
Mm-hmm.
But is the dispensers of the check, I believe, is the problem. Because if you put it in the newspaper, as you mentioned earlier, that people don't actually, not you, but Dominic, that people actually read the paper. But it could have somebody that could, talk to them and tell them, hey, something happening. But the people who are supposed to give the people a check feel that is their money. And just as how the gentleman that just called say that when he leaves out and San Fernando, go down the road, they're telling him, come back. Right? I believe is, you see them plant that them people leave there. That is the problem. I believe so. The plant that they left.
Yeah.
That is the problem. Anything to make the government look bad. Anyway, sir, you have a blessed day, and all right?
Yeah, man, bless up.
Yeah.
Same thing I'm saying, Dominic, the oddballs. You know? The square pegs that can't go in the wrong hole.
Yeah. That needs a fix. That definitely needs to be fixed. Yeah.
Caller, good morning.
Morning to you, Bruce. Morning, Dominic.
Morning.
Hope everything is all right with Sharon. Morning, Trinbago, and by extension, the Titans of Democracy. I just believe if I am say it's true. Them plants, we have to get rid of them plants, boy. We have to get some fertilizer. The wicked. And they were never about country. It was about self. And you know the thing, though? Money is the root of all evil. Time longer than time, my brother. Love money, man, but afraid Jane. Locked on as usual.
Yeah, man.
God, thing. Oh, man, oh. People want to hear what's going on with you. I want to hear Andrew, too. I'm God.
Yeah, man. Let me say good morning to Angie.
Good morning, Bruce.
Good morning.
And good morning, Dominic. How are you all?
Morning.
We good. How are you doing?
All right. I'm okay. Bruce, where's Sharon? I'm not hearing her.
Sharon will be on tomorrow, please God.
Oh,
yeah.
Because I listened for her Monday. I didn't hear her today neither.
Now she had something doing Monday, please God. So she will be on tomorrow, please God.
Okay then.
Yes.
I want to say happy birthday to Aisha. Aisha's birthday was yesterday.
Yeah.
I think I leave a message. I don't know if she get it, but I want to say happy birthday to her. May the good Lord bless her, keep her in Jesus' name, and continue to do the good work that she is doing.
Yes.
All right? I pray that she step up more and more as a young woman. Okay? I want to say happy birthday, a special happy birthday to my daughter, my last daughter, one of my daughter. I want to say happy birthday to her. Okay, because there's 6 of them I have, right? 3 boys and 3 girls.
Nice.
11. Right?
Yes.
So I'm praying that God bless her and her 2 children, my 2 grandchildren, and cover them with the blood all the time and keep them safe in Jesus' name.
Amen.
You know?
Yes, my dear.
So I send her best wishes to my daughter on her birthday today. I'm so happy, you know. My last child, and you know how it is.
Yes,
Okay?
All right, then.
Bye. You have a blessed day.
You too, my dear. Caller, good morning.
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 Dominic on the ball, you know. After, I think it was yesterday. I wonder that fella like he missed here yesterday. But I have to give the Minister of Finance kudos. Because I got a little piece of it. I didn't catch the whole thing. I got a piece of it on the news. But you know what is troubling as they talk about how they describe it just now? Polls or people to undermine the system.
Yeah, the plans on them.
Think about this. Why would the opposition leader a week before come to complain on the man who's in charge of the governor of the central bank? Because this thing that the Minister of Finance read yesterday, that didn't take 2 days or 1 week to put together. Not so, Dominic?
True.
So ask yourself, if somebody told her in the initial stages, this is what is going on in the Ministry of Finance and in the central bank, that she would come out before the Minister of Finance that placed this document in the public to try to discredit in the initial stages the governor of the central bank. You understand what was taking place, you know?
Yeah.
So ask yourself, why would she come out a week or how much days before? And the Minister of Finance has to come out now and make them look small, right? But when they tell you how much money spent and he tell you how much money spent, two different things.
True.
Dominic, how they'll get the US? Did the man call the 6,000 businesses that apparently were, because I heard the President, Doma and the Minister was walking around Port of Spain yesterday. I didn't see that. So that's why I just call it the financial guru, right? Enjoy your day, my brothers.
Yeah, man. Take care. Dominic, square pegs for the wrong holes. We need to get rid of them square pegs.
Right.
You need to get rid of them square pegs. All them is the wrong kind of plan that growing.
Right. Yeah, time to get rid of some of them square pegs.
Yeah. Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, Bruce and Dominic.
Yeah, man.
Dominic, morning. On Sunday, you hear me, Dominic?
Yeah, he's saying you. Go ahead.
On Sunday, you gave out very important information for people who want to get into business. And Karen called and she agreed with you. She concurred. I think it is very important if you could somehow find a day at your convenience to repeat that information to people who were not in the know, because I did not understand. I did not realize certain things when I listened. I learned a lot on Sunday. So if perhaps at some time, at your convenience, of course, that you can give out the information, the requirements for people to qualify, to acquire certain contractual business from the government or get into business, and what is needed with respect to the banks and all these things. I think it'll be very, very important, because some people believe that you can just go and open up a business and say, hey, tell the government, hey, here we're going on, I have a business name, and that's it. And there's a lot more to it. So if you could perhaps go that way again, it would indeed be greatly appreciated. I thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. We will certainly do that.
Initiatives, man. Initiatives. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Good morning, my sister. How are you this morning?
Well, I'm fine. Enjoying my boat week. waiting for the birthday. Dominic, good morning.
Morning.
Greetings to you all and the 95 family, 91 family. I want to say a blessed morning. And we thank God, I thank God for the information. I think with our people sometimes afraid to take chances. But it's not take chances. You have to reach out. You have to go out. So those who are in a position that they can apply for a contract, do something. It might be a small contract. It might be just to do 2 box drain. But then you from the time your foot in the water, you get your foot wet. And it's not for no special race. But people must have that tenacity to reach out there and do something. So to everybody, be careful, stay safe. And let us continue praying this too will pass. Pray for Dr. Rowley and the government and even the opposition I pray for, that they would come to consciousness. Have a blessed day. Love you all. Sharon morning, Tobago and everybody morning.
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Bruce. Dominic.
Morning.
Yeah, Dominic.
Yes, sir.
Hello? Yeah, I hear what your caller talking about inflated contracts. Would you like to remind him the initial price tag of the Brian Lara Chutney and Cashew Academy and the final price tag of that academy? And also, boy, I will back all my material from the Scarborough Hospital. Thank you.
Bruce, play back my clip there for me, please. Just play that for me, please.
Hey. And even if you spare them till you're dead, when you're going to put the X on the ballot paper, you have to remember your child and the school and your parents and the old age pension, and you put the X. Nobody are watching. You the government say, put the X by the body say, and when you come out, you can be paying them till you're dead again on Tuesday.
We are as good as anybody. And the PNM party is the best party to take Trinidad and Tobago out of the morass and out of the nonsense and out of the stupidity that passes for governance in Trinidad and Tobago.
Vote, can I like you please? Vote PNM.
You will make the difference on election day. Vote PNM. PNM is great. I said that. Make it clear.
Great is the PNM and we shall prevail. Bruce, how much the Piaco airport cost us again? What was the difference in the bid between the two bidders for the wastewater treatment plant for 100 million?
Take my violin and start to play. Take my violin.
How much life support started at? 9 million and ended up at 447? What's the difference there? Okay.
Angie sent my message, but I don't want to say that.
How much money the UNC said for the PP said would take to finish the Brian Lara Stadium? 100 and how much million? And the PNM did it for 89. The UNC said it would cost over $100 million to fix the issues with Napa. This PNM administration did it for 20. The UNC bid 100. Their estimate was 167 million to do President's House. The PNM did it for 89. The QREP interchange was supposed to be 502 million. The PNM did it for 221. Central, you sure you still want to talk cost of contracts? You really want to go down that road? We could go down that road now. All right.
Dominic, tell it already. It have persons listening. They will start to feel sick. They will be vexed. If my phone ring, I forward the call to you.
What was the cost of voices your government working for you? 50 million? What was the cost of that fence up by the prison up on Golden Grove there? That only garden bush? It have two guard huts and bush? $88 million, was it?
That is important, Bush, Dominic.
Yeah, remind me again, Bruce, the Massey warehouse up in Santa Rosa that they turned into a prison that was offered to Jack Warner for 17 million and they paid 330 million for it. What's the difference between 17 and 330? Central do that math, so man. You sure you want to go down that road? You sure? We could go down that road or no? Yeah, we could do that.
Guys, we have 2 minutes to play with pick of the day. 2 minutes to play with pick of the day. And just remember, I want to know what your dream. Give me your numbers. Feel like but Dominic, you didn't tell me what play yesterday. Look, Manu go know what play yesterday. Manu.
Nah, don't check now.
I go and put my stupid money and carrots. You know, 31 play in the morning.
You see?
And I take the money and put it on carrots. But listen, I don't play the play. I don't play the game. I just like the fun in here. People who lost the money stupid. But you know, I had the mark in the hand and I play something. But you never go where I play with and stand up.
Not really. I just play my mark and move, you know.
Watch that. If you go and play with and you go hear what people had the mark in the hand and look at mark and scratch it off, you know.
But I just don't understand why they scratching it off if you have the mark and the mark.
All kind of stupidness when you lost your money. And you know, they play the right mark. Anyway, let me tell you who plays today.
No, wait, not yet. It has started yet. You have a couple seconds before it starts.
I'll tell you how yet.
Oh, all right. So, guys, we're going to the playway pick of the day. Get ready. The numbers are 342-0081, 466-5391. Those are the numbers to call in and give your mark for today, for this morning, for the 10:30 a.m. draw. Right? So, we dealing with the 10:30 a.m. draw. This morning, the first draw for the day. We'll be right back.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35-1. Playway is giving you more mega for your money. Win 35-1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35-1 in every Playway mega mix draw if the mega bonus ball calls. That means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway mega bonus ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
Right, nice. So we're back inside. Ready? Numbers are 342-0081, 466-5391. Remember, this is our segment for the Playway Pick of the Day. Caller, good morning.
Good morning to you, Bruce.
Morning.
I want to pay 30, tell them pay 36. That's for Central.
You feel like I know. You feel like I know that happen, Dominic. Right. Call me up, and I'm making sure I have my Only we come, well is, call me up. Caller, good morning.
Morning. To get rid of the plants, those worthless plants, just put some mistletoe and it will kill all them worthless plants that is around your place. Okay? Right. Take care.
Yes, mother.
A big snake and he got a bite. Two big boat flew over a line. A couple in front and a pigeon bit.
Caller, good morning.
Batman Robin.
Morning.
Oh Lord, I'm glad I chose you as my fictional people, yes. But anyway, a long time I ain't yet 32. And this morning I get up dreaming down by the YMCA there. And if you see Paytail, you know, Paytail is 32. Oh, never
Is a money jumpy?
342-0081. This is our playway pick of the day. Caller, good morning. Morning, I hardly hearing you.
You hear me better now?
A little better.
All right. Well, I dream Central, so I'm playing Pussycat 30. You know what cat do? Got me? You know what I say about that cat, eh? All right. Central, Pussycat 30. Oh, cat. You know you can't leave nothing. Go call Central boy. I treated him last night. Thank you.
Caller, good morning.
Bruce,
Oi.
what do you know? Say she ain't get a little long then she playing 32?
32.
Oh. Well, if she and my she that get a little yesterday.
The woman never say that, man. You see you goodbye. you like too much of Macadal. Caller, good morning.
Bruce, you place 31 place?
Yeah.
You see, I called him, I call and tell him the 31. So this morning I'm saying shrimp small lolo for all them union leaders who marching on Freedom Day. Small lolo. I think that's shrimp 32.
Dominic, these women under 32. I ain't able to know. Guys, call me up. We have about a minute again. 342-00814665391. It's the playway pick of the day for the 10:30 a.m. draw this morning.
The doggy is not a penny for the grocery. What you dream last night?
Caller, good morning.
Yeah, Bruce. Well, not so much in the playway big time, but I'll tell you something. After I hear Central, you can surely play 19, which is its head, and 36 to sing. So avoid that. 19 and 30. Yeah.
No problem. Yeah, man. Oh, gosh. Caller, good morning.
Hey, Bruce, morning.
Morning.
Happy in Central, 36, 20, and 15.
Right, man.
I 3 mark for Central, yeah. Okay, man.
Yeah, man.
Later, yeah.
So, guys, that's all the time we have today for our playway pick of the day. It's for the 10:30 a.m. draw this morning. And I could get back some of the numbers there. 36, 32, 13, 19, 20, 15, just to name a few. Try your hand.
What you dream last night?
Yeah, man.
What you dream last night? Come tell me. What you dream last night? Play the playway. Play the playway. Oh.
Yo, it's more mega, more chances, more money, more fun. With the mega bonus ball, win 35 to 1. Playway is giving you more mega for your money. Win 35 to 1 and win mega payouts daily. Now you can win 35 to 1 in every Playway mega mix draw if the mega bonus ball calls. That means even more chances to win when you play any of the mega mix options. Hey, it's more mega, more cash, more ways to win. Playway mega bonus ball, unleash your winner within. Players must be 18 years and over. Please play responsibly.
So, guys, welcome back. Dominic, what going on there? I see you laughing there. Mischief you up to?
Yes, sir.
Like mischief you up
Central
to?
walk into that way. You walk.
Hey, expect.
Yeah. I think today would have been Mr. Manning's 75th birthday had he been alive. So
hey, that
you remember him
Saltfish Auntie too.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, 5 years gone. How quickly time flies. Yeah. So, and let me see, where is this thing? If I see that the schedule is out, Bruce, for the vaccination arrangements for citizens aged 12 to 18.
Okay.
Ministry of Health in collaboration with the Ministry of Education wishes to advise the following arrangements for the administration of the Pfizer. All citizens, residents between the ages of 12 to 18 inclusive are eligible. All eligible persons can walk in at any of the sites listed below to receive their jab. No appointment is necessary. However, minors must be accompanied by one parent or guardian. parents, guardians must work with a form of identification, birth certificate of the child or ward, and proof of relationship to the child. That's for guardians only. The walk-in service will begin on Wednesday, August 18th, 2021 from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the following sites: at the Lansnoir Community Center, Duranta Community Center in Sangre Grande, Sumersing Complex in Rio Claro, Miaro Civic Center, the MIC campus in San Fernando, the NESC campus in La Brea, the heliport in Chagaramas, so I imagine that's probably the drive-through, Costad campus, Dare Street, Port of Spain, the National Academy for the Performing Arts, Napa, Wallafield International Raceway, so I guess that's another drive-through, the Larry Gomes Stadium in Arima, the Costad campus in El Dorado, the Wali Nagar in Chaguanas, and the Ato Bolden Stadium in Cuba. So those are the 14 sites for the vaccination of persons between the ages of 12 and 18. So parents take note. So go out and do what you need to do, so that we can get schools back up and running as soon as possible.
So guys, you can call us up. Lines are open. Caller, good morning.
Good morning again, Bruce.
Morning.
I'm quite here with what Dominic now talk about these sites. I heard the Puch East MP is not satisfied with these sites for the children. It's too far out, so it's 200 Pinal and DB, I think. But where Miss Leader from? And she's from Panis.
Yeah.
And she went to go on and get it. So why they can't go and get it wherever they have to get it? They don't have to be in your area.
True.
I'm a real pet, yes. I go on.
Yeah, man. Caller, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning to the panel.
No, this is Bruce Wayne and Dominic.
Bruce Wayne and Dominic, morning.
Morning.
I don't want to change the subject, but you know, you have a 15-5 leaking. It's out water, but you can't see it because it's underneath a bridge. In upper about 422 miles an hour. If you want to get a fast on the you can just start on the car, is doing what it is. But the water is at 16 men. And due to the flood, I find like it was there so long, like it was 7 days. And the water sitting out in the canal, but you can't see it because it's underneath the bridge in the canal. I don't know if you can call my son and let them deal with it from a few dollars. So that's very much.
No problem, I'll pass on the information.
Thank you very much, sir. I'm a pleasure on the you and Dominic. Right?
Yeah, man, take care.
Right,
Caller, good morning.
Morning, Agri.
Yeah, man.
Dominic, how are you? You realize that they can't call and call central. You realize he ain't called to tell you about nothing between 2015 to now. You realize you have to go all the way back to a dead man.
Yeah.
But we know Dominic just outlined to you all what happened in 2010. We have a man who will give me a water treatment plant, and up to this day, they want to tell me about the Holleran and Privat. Robinson come and dealt with that matter. But you know, all you come and create another one. And he was so brave to try to come to take equipment Central. Central, go and sleep now, man. I feel they need to get your vaccine. Sorry. Enjoy your morning.
Caller, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Morning.
I was calling to wish my daughter a happy birthday and let her know that her mommy loves her coming from her sister, brother, grandpa, uncle, and everybody.
Nice.
Thank you.
Take care. So, guys, that's basically the time we have for today. Our daily word for today is tender. I am tender with myself and all others. The world can feel harsh and unforgiving sometimes. I can find relief and withdraw for a time, touching deep peace in prayer and other times of quiet contemplation. But what can I do to feel peaceful when I return my attention to the world? I can use my peaceful feelings to move gently through life, treating myself and all others tenderly. I try tenderness to slow the fanatic pace and soothe the frazzled nerves so often caused by modern life. Consideration and kindness are at the heart of tender living. I soften my words, those I speak to others, as well as my self-talk. I look for ways to ease another's way and extend patience and grace to those who may be struggling. With a full and gentle heart, I am tender. Finally, all of you have a unity of spirit, sympathy, love for one another, a tender heart, and a humble mind. 1 Peter 3:8. So guys, that's all the time we have for today. It was a pleasure being in your company. It was a pleasure having you in ours. And as we say, Dominic, ciao. Street 909 FM has been asked to announce the passing of Lynette Andrews, mother of Javon Andrews, Ruben, and Kelly Batiste, sister of Judith, Angie, Utrus, Norris, Teresa, Steve, and Gail Abraham, grandmother of Kenesia Butcher, mother-in-law of Sarah John, daughter of Emlyn Nassis Andrews, deceased, niece of Edgar, sister-in-law of Rona and Lynn, aunt of Krishna, Chrisan, Norris, Nawanda, relative of Nassis Kings, Andrews, and many others, friend of Beverly King, Lisa Henry, the McCalls, Hollis Smith, Mark Phillip, Volris Campbell, and many others. The funeral service for the late Lynette Patricia Andrews would be held on Tuesday, the 17th of August 2021 at Belgrove's Funeral Home at 2 p.m. and then to the Buku Public Cemetery. Because of COVID-19 restrictions, there will be a limited seats which would be given to the family and close friends. Live streaming will also be available on the day. All COVID protocols and restrictions are observed.
The views expressed are not necessarily the views of the management of the Street 919 FM.
If I hot, then you fly.
you insist on giving me everything. That is why I can't front, I just cannot wait. Ladies, tell them, we don't need that. I don't need your money, I just want yours. But if you insist on spending on me, I go take instead. Nobody don't know with this head. Don't do what we hearing this. Let me see that. You want me Ladies and ladies, that's what we say. When you see us say I want a sugar daddy, I mean I want somebody to give me anything sweet. I don't like nothing sour. I don't want no sour vibes. I don't want no sour man. I only want it sweet. If you wine it sweet, I want it. If you hug it sweet, baby, I want it. If you kiss it sweet, I want it. Anything that's sweet, I want it. Listen, I don't need your money. I don't need your money. It's only a wine. It's only a wine. It's only a wine. What we say? What we say? What we say? What we say? I don't need your money, honey. I just want your ways. But if you insist on spending on me, I go take it instead. Nobody don't know if it's there. Only two I'm hearing this. Not there, not there, not there. Let me see. Of course you're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. You want me to of course you're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. Sugar. Of course you're fine and sweet. You want me to of course you're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. You want me to sugar daddy. You're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. Of course you're fine and sweet. I'm from Tenade.
Simpsons Memorial Limited, number 63 Eastern Main Road, Laventille. Internationally accredited funeral directors and embalmers. A full-service funeral home serving families of Trinidad and Tobago and internationally since 1945. At Simpsons Memorial Limited, we serve with dignity in assisting families in honoring the memory of their loved ones. Our services include professional funeral and pre-planning, burials and cremation, custom-built and imported caskets, coffins and cremation trays, cemetery management, limousines, mourners cars, grief counseling, web streaming of funerals, fully air-conditioned chapel with live musical accompaniment, full global shipping and receiving of loved ones. We specialize in facial restorations. Call us anytime, day or night, at 623-8688. That number again is 623-8688. Simpsons Memorial Limited. Superior service, always with excellence.
Take me to the king. I don't have much to bring.
When your little one has his first friend, they share hugs, games, and germs as well. He needs to be strong. Protect them with Nestle Clem 1 Plus. Clem 1 Plus contains prebiotics, vitamins, and minerals that contribute to maintain a healthy digestive and immune system, helping them to achieve 100% protection plus nutrition. Nestle Clem 1 Plus, your love, their future. Clem 1 Plus is not a breast milk substitute from 1 year onward.
Was good. I went and did some doubles, the place was good. I went by the beach and I watched the skies, it was a paradise. But when COVID touched down that day, and I see the cases start to raise, I tell you, if you don't get vaccinated, it's trouble for the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. For the place to be good again. No more lockdown in Port of Spain. For TNT to be good again. Right? So we could mash it up, much big boss of the business, and this is the message from the North Central Regional Health Authority.
Hi, what's up, TNT? This is Wayne Johnson out of Brooklyn, New York. I always wanted to do something back home, and we're going to be doing our gospel segment on Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM. Listen what I want you to do. Spread the word. Spread the word, TNT. Salvation, full and free. Salvation is for everybody. Mondays from 10 p.m. to 12 midnight. That's 10 p.m. to 12 midnight on 91.9 FM.
I decided that I would try it once for some strange reason. It started to work. Because every time I run on hard surface, my left knee as well tends to pain the next day. So I tried it and some miracle it worked.
So I'm gonna put you on the spot right now. Is it your mind or does the product work?
Well, I've been running on the road every day now, and I have no pain in my joints. So it's definitely the product.
So the product works.
Definitely.
Pastor Hannah A. Parbu of Holy Spirit Ministries will be live on the street 919 FM every first and third Wednesday from 11:15 a.m. to 11:45 a.m. In the scripture, Matthew 19 verse 26, the Bible says, "But Jesus looked at them and said to them, with men this is impossible, but with God all things are possible." Pastor Hannah is here to motivate you, challenge you, encourage you to walk in your purpose and destiny God has for you. For prayer and counseling, call Pastor Hannah at 728-51.
Enagic change your water, change your life. Enagic water purifier, one machine, 5 types of water. Enagic makes strong Kangen water with an 11.5 pH. Kangen water with 8.5 to 9.5 pH, healthy drinking and cooking water. Clean water with 7.0 pH. Beauty water for skin, hair, and plants with a 6.0 pH. Strong acid water with a 2.5 pH. This water is known to disinfect, kill viruses and bacteria. Listen to the Street 919 FM with Pastor Alkaline John every Tuesday from 9:05 a.m. to 10 a.m. and every Wednesday from 8:05 p.m. to 9 p.m. as he talks to you weekly about how to improve your quality of life through purifying and drinking water. For more information, call or WhatsApp Pastor John at 516-286-7079.
Same technology they're going to use with the electric car to make hydrogen. But now we're making oxygen-infused water, hydroxyl ion. This hydroxyl ion scoops up and rids the body of the free radicals, and over time changes the body structure, almost to the point of where you heal as if you were a child. So the things my parents had over probably a 6-month period, my mother's arthritis, her high blood pressure, her acid reflux, my dad's angina, problem with heart attacks, gout, slowly dissipated. I tried the water myself and couldn't believe it. The 3 things I inherited from my parents, my gout, my high blood pressure, and my high cholesterol. Within 3 months, the doctor said he had never seen a blood test this good on a 30-year-old. So it blew me away. Started sharing it with patients. Now thousands of my patients are using this water. This is a preventative measure. We've been taught always there's a pill for every ill. Now we can prevent the disease. This is prevention, the way the Japanese, who have the longest lifespan, believe. We believe get sick and then deal with the disease. It's a lot more expensive, and that's why we live 38th longest lifespan in the world. Japanese
have the #1 longest lifespan. And it's been amazing. All I could say is if you know anybody that's ill, anybody that's low on energy, there's nothing to lose. Everybody needs water. Water is a universal solvent. Every chemical reaction in your body takes place with water, and not only changing the water, but changing the structure of the water to a microcluster gets into every part of your body within minutes. So this water will get to places and change the way the body heals itself. And in closing, all I could say is try it. It's the most amazing thing for me and my family and my patients. And you need water anyway. Let's eliminate the bottles.
Oh, praise the Lord, praise the Lord, praise the Lord. Call Dr. John at 516-28